What up? What up? What up? What it do? What it do? Hopefully my peoples come through. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but if you pop in this motherfucker, man, everybody send a prayer to my sister, man. Yeah, she was in a bad car accident today. Um, send prayers up for. I know how it is with them car accidents, you dig? Uh, but look, salute to everybody and respect to everybody, man. Hopefully everybody having a good day. But I just had to come on and troll rain. You know, I got a job, so they had court this morning. You know what I mean? So I had to get on this motherfucker and come on this motherfucker and troll the court case. You know what I mean? Like this shit crazy. I'm gonna go on post this shit in the room. This shit crazy how these motherfuckers is. Oh sister here. Oh shit. I thought she was out. You know what I mean? Sister came too. I was telling everybody if they come on this motherfucker, look at her. She over there tripping. What the fuck is going on? Yo, you alright? Hell nah, she not.
What up, though? Ah,
Yeah, she's Hootie.
you
Nah,
see Chucky? You see Chucky?
you
Hi,
it's hell.
Chucky. Wanna play?
Hey,
Hi,
Jermaine, she
Chucky.
got she got that wig on, Jermaine.
This is not a wig, baby.
I'm fucking with
Chucky.
what up, old boy?
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
She got that hair on, old boy. She on her wacko clock. Oh shit. Nah, though.
Ah.
Yeah, but hey, today was a crazy day. The
Today is a very crazy day. I actually got my camera on because I was literally like, I started acting a little bit silly for y'all, but I was literally like praising and thanking and being grateful. I don't know if you've checked your text messages, but my husband was involved in a head-on collision today. The car is
oh, so you wasn't in the
totally
car. You wasn't in
no.
the car.
I wasn't in the
Okay,
car.
I was just saying. I was telling everybody after I looked at the pictures. After I got
Yeah,
home, I looked at the pictures and it said everybody pray for my people. But yeah, pray for
yeah.
bro too. Shit, that car accident looks. Oh,
That man ain't got a scratch on his body.
that's crazy. I mean, I can see it because
This is not a wig, bro.
I can see
But
it
I will.
because
Yep.
I can see it because when I flipped over, I ain't have a scratch on my body, and
That man ain't got a scratch on his body.
that's great. That's
Not a
beautiful. That's
scratch.
God is good.
Yeah, I was trying to log in and give my little praise on for that. But
God is
FYI, oh boy,
motherfucking
this
good.
is not a wig. It's not going nowhere. It's not a wig. But my camera is going off because if Jermaine come in here, I'm gonna have to fuck him up.
Jermaine, he coming. Where my man's at? Where my dog at? Shit. Again, I can't even get in the motherfucking thing without logging in. Fuck.
It's still doing it.
Uh, my other computer just crashed on me. It won't even turn on. I got
Hi,
home.
Shell.
I got home and tried to turn the fucker on. That motherfucker won't even come on.
Let me turn it back on for you, Shell. I gotta turn it off before Jermaine get here. Hi, Shell.
Shell Q's was happening.
Y'all see Chucky? See
She,
Chucky?
she in her zone, boy. She tripping over
Chucky? Wanna play?
there.
Wanna play? Y'all should see my eyes. They're like this real exotic color.
Say
Favored
that.
and protected, most definitely.
Say
So,
that.
like, one of the officers literally was like, all I can say is, what? What code? Um, my train of thoughts. Oh, yeah, he was just like, that man was definitely protected and covered
Yes,
by.
sir. Yes, yes, ma'am.
Ain't no code kind of my phone. But that's definitely what the officer said. Oh boy, I thought Ty was your favorite person. Oops, I'm being messy.
Oh yeah, you being super messy today. She on her mess.
He
She on
shouldn't
her
have
mess today.
he shouldn't have been talking about I was gonna take my hair off and throw it.
Hey, but nah, let's get into this shit, though. I ain't know, but I know ain't nobody checking. They probably did, y'all probably didn't, but I was just listening earlier this morning. Let's go. That motherfucker like a serial killer.
Who the fuck is that?
This the Zoom court date. These niggas did a Zoom court date. I know the fuck you didn't, my friend. Opposite. Shit. Oh shit. Alright, should be starting up in a minute. These niggas. Let's get to the tea. Fuck.
Penalty if that's violated, correct?
Right.
All right. With that being said, we'll go forward.
02221 Brandon Rainwater v. Marquise DeAndre Conway, the same attorneys who were representing the parties at the beginning of this trial are the same ones, attorneys and parties who are present today via Zoom. When we last concluded, we were in the middle of cross-examination of the plaintiff, Brandon Rainwater. You may continue, Mr. Valles.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Rainwater, just to kind of, I know it's been some time since we last.
Hold on, let me pause up though. Hey, look, y'all see that shit in the corner? Say do not record. I don't give a shit. We recording this shit. Fuck you, man, Mrs. Judge. Because they was recording and somebody got busted. They gonna say the name on her.
Spoke, so just kind of.
Cause Mr.
Is that
Brandon,
Mr. Conway back there?
yeah, Mr. Brandon Drainwater, he had sent everybody the Zoom link. So they fucked up everything.
I'm gonna rehash a couple of things. If I recall correctly, you said you grew up in a private school and grew up in the church, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So with that being said, you understand the importance that you swore your oath to tell the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you understand the penalty if that's violated, correct?
Right.
All right. With that being said, we'll go forward. You labeled yourself, and if I'm mislabeling you, please let me know. You were kind of like the brains behind the operation, correct?
Music.
When you say music, did you do any executive producing or producing on any of the songs?
No. So after he passed away.
All right, could you stop just for 1 second? Can we increase the volume?
Counsel, it's easy to hear. Witness.
Yeah, is there a way for the witness? I know that the mic is not on for Mr. Rainwater. Is there a way to get the mic on him? Because in the Zoom, it's showing and it's mute and we're having, his voice is muted and there's nothing we can do on our end.
Okay. Both together.
Can you all switch, Mr. Matthias and Mr. Rainwater?
Let's try unmuting. Try unmuting.
Can you hear me? Test.
Okay. Yeah, on
Try again.
Test. Test.
Is that better? Okay, that's perfect. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. May I proceed, Your Honor?
Please, Mr. Valles,
Yes, ma'am.
please proceed.
Okay, thank you. So you did no executive producing?
Before he died, no, and no.
Okay.
I
Did you
just
have,
let him be an artist, and he just an artist and put out anything he wanted to do. And he was signed to a label.
did you have any input on the music he put out? Like decision
No,
making?
I had no decision.
Okay. So you had no creative input on.
This man had no decisions on anything he done.
Well,
So
we
why the
already
fuck?
know. We already know he a lying sack of shit. But then we also already know because we watched the interview the other day where he said he used to tell like three like, you ain't gonna put that. I don't want you to put that song out. And three like, nigga, fuck you. I'm putting it on there. But what does this have to do with him getting his ass whooped?
We gonna get into it. It's gonna go into
Okay.
it. All right.
The music at all?
I certain songs that was hits, like the songs that we had plaques about. We made plaques about, but like a lot of stuff, nah. I just let him be an artist.
Okay. Did you get to select what songs you try to go take to radio or put out?
No, the label do. That's a label job. A manager is just babysitting, and a label job is to control the music that's out.
Okay. Did you do anything to create attention for him, publicity or anything, or managing publicity wise for him?
Oh no, a managers don't have the control to do publicity. Labels do, and the artists do.
Okay. So how would you manage him on a day-to-day? You said you're a babysitter. So how
I
did you,
just answer the phone and book shows and book studio times.
did you ever hang with him personally outside of just work?
No,
Y'all didn't have a close relationship at all?
we had a close relationship, but we didn't hang together.
Y'all never hung out outside of just
Oh,
work?
every day we was work. Every day we was working. So after work, he go his separate way, I go my separate way.
So what was a typical day for y'all, work-wise?
I couldn't recall. It's been 4 years since he passed.
Well, please try to think and see what you can remember.
I just didn't. Yeah, I can't recall. Like we were just studio time and work. We just studio time and work at time.
So when he have to go do appearances at clubs, you would never show with them or never go with them?
Yeah, this work. Yes, but we didn't hang out together. Only time we went to clubs, and he didn't do appearance unless he had a contract and he was doing shows. He never just went to the clubs and hung out.
Okay.
I went to the club. I went to the clubs by myself and promoted his music, and I let my artists be at home, and he never hung out.
Okay. You said previously in testimony of yours that you try to stay away from the streets, right?
Yes.
Wouldn't you classify him as a street guy?
No, I can't. I can't classify a person that's not here as anything.
Well, at the time of his,
Is he
when he was
trying to
alive,
sound like Woody? I
I
can't
think he
recall.
classified himself. I can't
Yeah, he definitely trying to do the Woody.
classify him as anything. You should listen to his music. He'll tell you what he is.
okay, well, I did listen to his music, and he was very much a violent person in his music and even in his background in his life.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
can't speak.
how is this relevant to, how's that gonna help my jury make a decision today?
But Your Honor, I'm touching into the subject. My client's music was brought up, is used against him. I'm just doing the same, Your Honor.
I'm not, but your client is a named party in this case.
Yes, ma'am.
Individual to which you're referring is not.
Yes, ma'am.
If the individual to which you're referring is deceased, I don't think, I'm having a hard time getting a connection between where you're going and how this is gonna help us reach a verdict in this case.
I understand, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you. So again, you said you wouldn't label him as a street guy.
I can't label anyone that's not here as nothing. He spoke for himself.
Okay. So you would never say you two did street activities together?
No.
No? Okay. And you did nothing to promote violence, is what you're saying as well.
No, sir. I was a manager. A manager cannot promote violence.
Well,
I
would you say you have a large following on social media?
yes.
Is a lot of what you do promotion wise and marketing wise done on social media?
It's hand in hand. I do a lot of promotion in person. I do more promotion in person, and I have a large social media where I basically do a lot of comedy on social media.
Just comedy?
Basic comedy, little rap, but it's nothing to promote or nothing to promote heavy promotion of music. If I'm promote music heavily, I'm going in the streets
So you're
and
going
in the
into
clubs, and the businesses and
well,
in
sometimes wouldn't
person.
some people say that those lines get blurred between the clubs and the streets because a lot of street people are in the clubs?
Yeah, I never been a street person, so I can't tell you what the streets is about.
You've never been a street person
Nah.
and never hung around street people.
I manage street people.
So that makes it a close affiliation for you, does it not? So you're at that point, you're mixed in with street.
Objection, vague, argumentative, and I'd ask for a definition of what you're referring to in terms of street.
Objection sustained. First of all, if you're going to continue with this line of questioning, I need for you to provide a definition of what you mean by street people. And I would like to advise those who are watching us on live stream, there is a box in the lower right-hand corner that says do not record. If the court becomes aware of any recordings of these court proceedings, you will be issued a show cause order and you will be up to sanctioning by this court. So please do not record this proceedings. You may proceed. Objection sustained, Mr. Valius.
They're gonna
you may
sanction
continue.
me.
Thank you, Your Honor. How many followers would you
You
say
didn't
you
record
have on
this shit.
Instagram?
Huh? What'd you say?
They can't sanction you. You didn't record it.
This is from the courts. This is from the courts. You're
Huh?
this from the courts. But it's
They,
on YouTube.
but you didn't record it, so how are you gonna get sanctioned?
Exactly. It says DC 20-02221. It's on YouTube. Like, how you gonna sanction somebody from something that's on YouTube?
They gonna sanction the person that recorded that shit. They can't do nothing about the people that sharing it here.
But look, let me
Oh, they streaming it.
yeah, but hold
Oh,
up.
okay. What's up,
Let me
Shay?
what's up, Shay? Let me show you something. This is from Judge Stacey Williams herself. It's
Yeah,
on
I get what
YouTube.
you're saying there. So she needs to sanction her damn self.
Exactly. You put the shit on YouTube, dickhead. Like, how the fuck can you sanction somebody if it's on YouTube? It's public now, woman. I hate people sometimes, girl. They be stupid. That's good.
I'm not sure at this moment. Over 100,000.
How about on your Twitter?
I haven't been in my Twitter in a long time. That's fake accounts.
Do you use Facebook,
Not often.
Snapchat?
Not often.
So your main source of a social media platform, you would say, is Instagram?
TikTok. Bingo.
TikTok and Bingo, they're bigger than Instagram for you?
Yeah.
He said bingo.
How many followers do you have, or
It's bingo, stupid motherfucker.
Connections?
Engagement. It's all about engagement. I have a lot of engagements on other platforms than Instagram.
and what are these other engagements?
Just higher engagement. At the time when
Objection, relevance. Where are we going with this?
I am, Mr. Vias, we're trying to finish things up and I'm not quite sure. My jury knowing how many Instagram followers or bingo, which I've never heard of, is actually going to be relevant to help my jurors determine whether or not there's liability on the part of your client.
Hey, the judge even said, which I never heard of. Like, what the fuck is bingo? This nigga don't even. Y'all gotta just listen to this nigga talk. He about to start lying his ass off, right?
What money damages. It's interesting, but we really don't have time for just interesting. It's got to be relevant, please.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I'm not trying to do it just interesting. It's everything I'm is relevant, Your Honor.
Having a hard time tying this all in.
I understand, Your Honor.
So where are we going with this line of questioning? Why do we need to know how many, except I'm jealous. He does have more Instagram followers than I do. But besides that, where are we going with this?
Your Honor, this gentleman uses his social media following to inflame situations, cause and stir situations, fights, and conflict throughout.
Okay,
So-
that's an editorial comment, but unless you have proof that that's what happened on the night of the incidents, we can't jump that hurdle.
I understand, Your Honor.
All right, with that in mind, please
Okay.
proceed.
Sir, you mentioned that a large amount of the money you lost was income right after this incident, correct?
2020.
Yeah. And what month was that?
From February to February all the way to November.
Yeah. Wasn't that the same time of the COVID shutdown?
Yes.
So he said he lost money.
That's
Is
what
that
he
what he just
said.
said?
That's what he said.
How?
I guess he's about to answer this man's question with that.
How he lose money when they was doing shows? Was they not getting paid for the show? That's it.
Okay. So weren't all venues and social gatherings shut down for that anyway?
It was, but Mo3 was a different type of artist that we did a lot of appearances to videos, studio times. We did all his interviews. A lot of stuff was just completely shut down to where he couldn't move around and I couldn't move around. So
Good Lord, he a good ass liar, yo.
That's what he do.
That boy a good ass liar. So they only can do videos, appearances, and shit like that. So they ain't do no shows through the pandemic.
No, it's the pandemic.
All right, Rain sister.
we follow the rules of the United States about the venues, but we wasn't getting a lot of money out venue money at the time.
I don't believe anyone was getting venue money at that time because social gatherings of that nature were shut down.
Exactly in May. May throughout the year it was back open, but our money came different where we have a lot of features and video appearance. So we were
Wait, hold up. Through May, throughout the year, it was open. When did everything open back up? Anybody remember?
I mean, it was a lot of people still slick doing shit. He really being a snitch right now.
Right. I mean, but I know I was doing shit. But I'm just saying, if you was to get caught up, that they just telling you that's a ticket. But I don't even give a fuck. But the nigga just,
wasn't getting a lot of money at that.
So how are you not getting a lot of money at that time if most things venue-wise were shut down?
We're not talking about venue. We're talking about videos and features. So if an artist get a feature, then break it down. If an artist get a feature, we have to fly to California. We wasn't able to fly to California to do a feature. At the time, we were charging $15,000 for a feature and $10,000 for a video appearance. It's $25,000. We wasn't able to do that at the time.
Why was your client not able to do that?
Because my client didn't move without his management.
Well, that sounds like that's a choice for him that he made more than so your inability.
That's a choice of the contract.
So you're saying
and him being comfortable to move.
So which is it? Because you said it's a choice of him, and then you said it's a part of the contract. So is he not allowed to make an appearance unless you're present?
That's what an artist do with a manager, a real management.
Say what?
I thought they didn't have no contract.
Say what? Drain water. You got some explaining to do. Boy, that is not the fucking truth, man. This dude, you did not have a contract. You wasn't on the paperwork, sir. That motherfucker lying through them big ass fake teeth. Sir, you wasn't on the paperwork. And you about to get them boys killed, them other boys killed, sir. Where's the proof, Rainbow? Good Lord. Man, I got to see this contract. I want to see this shit that it says the manager's supposed to be there. But that motherfucker, he couldn't even.
Pretty sure he want to see that motherfucker too.
He couldn't even keep the fucking eye. He couldn't even keep his face straight.
I've represented artists before, and unfortunately, I've had several, and I've never had a situation where they will not go unless their manager goes.
Objection to sidebar
So
and testify, counsel testifying.
Yeah, I need half questions, please. of
yes,
this-
Your Honor. So can you please explain to the jury how your contract is the type of contract that your client will not go, and he miraculously has some special powers that he's allowed to do stuff that the rest of the nation and the world are not doing at that time, circulating around.
Objection, relevance.
Sustained.
So you're saying he lost out on feature money of him making appearances on videos and what else?
Videos appearance, features, and a couple shows appearance, and the whole world wasn't shut down for a whole year. So throughout the year of 2020, it was quite a bit of shows that we missed out on, and quite a bit of appearance that we missed out on, quite a bit of features appearance we missed out on, promotion where we go to different shops and promote. At the time when I'm down, his whole livelihood was down. It was no one to come and sign the contracts after we appeared at the different events that we was obligated to go to. So
You don't have attorneys to do the contracts for y'all?
Objection, relevance.
Sustained. Please move on, counselor.
Yes, Your Honor. You mentioned that you were in a walker, correct?
yes,
Can you kind of walk us through the timeline, because you said you had a hip replacement? So if the injury,
Right.
There we go.
the injury happened in January, correct?
right,
And your hip was popped back into place, correct?
yes.
How many weeks of treatment did you go through?
Objection, that's the answer.
I want to say at least 2 to 5 months,
Well, which
give or
is,
take.
that's a big gap. You said 2 to 5 months of therapy?
Yes, it might have been 2 to 4 months.
When did you start therapy?
I started therapy in February.
Hey, this nigga is the dumbest nigga in the world. Okay, let's break this down, y'all. The fight was in January, right? The nigga ain't get surgery until supposedly till November. So how the fuck did you? This nigga is stupid. I swear to God, this nigga got to be the dumbest nigga in Dallas, yo. Let's go, man. This nigga dumb.
The beginning of February?
Yes, maybe the end of January to February, close to the beginning of February.
Okay. And how often did you go to rehab or therapy?
At one point in time, I was going every other day, or maybe every day, but every other day. I think it was Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
Okay. And what would they do for you at those therapy sessions?
It was a long days of walking, massages, just a bunch of exercises.
Okay, exercises for what? To get that muscle strong again?
Yes, and get the reflection back to my hip.
Get the what?
Like the reflection, or at the time my hip actually didn't extend like it was, and I was walking wobbly, and so they were just trying to get everything, the muscles and um I guess the nerves back working right.
Okay. And you did that going up every other day for how long? Till like what month?
Hmm. I can't recall. I want to say May. I want to say, yeah, I want to May,
So till
April.
May. You would go twice a week or 3 days a week
Yes,
and did the same thing every day?
yes.
And did you see any improvement?
Um, I did, but I wasn't 100% like I was before the injury.
And you're saying during this time from February to May, you didn't do any work at all?
No.
Were you on your social media at all?
Yes.
What were you on your social media for? Was it personal or did you do anything else, business or promotion wise?
Mm, at the time before the passing of my artist, my social media wasn't used for promotion. His social media was the #1 promotion social media that we use. He was so at the time wasn't able to do anything.
So you weren't on social media at all during that time?
I had only 4,000 followers, 5,000 followers. It wasn't useless.
And you made
Useless.
0 appearances during that time?
Say it again.
You made 0 appearances during that time period?
Relevance.
Your Honor, again, I'm going to his conclusion and statement that he couldn't work and do anything during this time.
Okay, I'll allow it. You are asking for those lost earnings as damages, correct, Mr.
We're
Correct.
we're not seeing lost wages and lost earnings in this case.
Your
Oh.
Honor,
We're not.
Then how is this relevant then?
So why they there if he's not trying to get lost weight?
He just trying to sue for a big ass amount.
Right, but I don't know. Let's finish it.
I'm going to his lost wages, Your Honor.
He said he's not asking for lost.
Well, excuse me, his time off, he couldn't work. But that's fine, Your Honor. I'm sorry, I was distracted. Your Honor, if I may introduce something as a sidebar off
Can we, is this of an emergency nature or can we?
well, right now, this is proceedings being streamed live on YouTube.
Yeah, I know that, but can we wait until a break to address this issue?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. We'll address it during break. Please continue.
Yes, Your Honor. So after May, what happened next with your injuries or your rehab?
After May, and I was believing it was almost I believe that I thought that everything would go back to regular. Then I got news after May, I guess around August or late July, that I had to get a whole entire hip replacement.
And who told you that?
The doctors.
And what was their reason that for a whole new hip replacement?
I believe something in here, right? Oh, it was something was cracked. And I think the doctor will have to tell you the right information and language for that.
You weren't feeling any pain at that time? Or you thought you were better, you said?
I was still feeling pain. I wasn't able to tie my shoes. I wasn't able to pick up my kids. I wasn't able to, yeah, I still felt pain.
So you felt pain and the doctor explained it that you still had a crack in your hip?
Yes, I let him explain the language.
Okay. And you were told you need a whole new hip replacement?
Right.
And when, I guess, what was the next step for you after that? In May, what was the next procedure for you? What was the next in your treatment?
I can't recall. I'll let the doctor explain it.
Well, what do you recall as much as what was done?
Um, I don't know the exact language to explain it, so I think the doctor can explain it a little more.
I understand, but could you just explain in your words what
In my
happened?
in my words, I still was 100% from the incident that happened.
Okay, so what
And I knew my lifestyle that I lived before the injury. I couldn't still do the same thing. That's walking up the stairs in my house. I wasn't able to do that, especially exercising. I was a guy who played basketball, and no way I was able to do that. So I let the doctor explain what was going on for the reason I couldn't do it, anything like that.
So then you immediately next have a surgery?
Objection, Dave.
Your Honor, I'm just trying to find out the next in his step, what happened next, because he said he remembers up until May. So I'm trying to conclude what was the next process in his.
You're mischaracterizing. He said the decision was made in August for him to go get surgery. So I just want to know next step for what? From that?
Yes, on what happened between May and August.
A couple doctor's appointments and
Any treatment during that time?
doctor visits. It was a bunch of doctor visits, but no treatment.
No treatment, and then you had surgery,
Yeah, I can recall, yeah.
and then you had surgery in August.
I want to say September, August, beginning of September, around the 8th month and the 9th month.
Okay, and then in that day, you had a full hip replacement with that surgery?
Yeah.
But you were out the same day?
I was out late on that night, early that morning.
So it was a day.
No, you mean to tell me these motherfuckers took my goddamn bone marrow and kept me for longer than they kept him for a whole fucking hip replacement?
They took the hip out and put his ass out the hospital. Hey, come on, man. You can't make this shit up. Drain water. Hey, Ty, what's up with your man, Ty?
Ty, what up, though, sis?
Hey, what up, sis? Hey, what up with your
Alright.
mans, man? Where the doctors at, man? We need a doctor in the office, man. What Susie
He
Q
keeps
at?
saying he gonna let the doctors explain it, so maybe the doctors gonna, I don't know. He
Where the
got a
hell Susie Q at? We need
so he
Susie
had an
Q.
outpatient hip replacement. You laughing? I'm asking a serious ass question. What is that?
I ain't never
What
seen it.
is that? An
I
outpatient hip replacement.
I ain't never heard of it. I ain't never heard of a nigga getting surgery, get a hip took out, and coming out the hospital the next day or the next morning. I ain't never seen it. What up, sis?
What's good?
Man, trying to figure
Don't you
out how
get
to
your
fuck,
ass up here capping for Benjamin, Brandon, whatever his
trying
name is.
Fuck
trying to
Benjamin.
figure out how you get a hip replaced and be out of the hospital the next morning. I don't know.
He said the same night. Don't give him no more time. He
Ah,
said
y'all fucked up.
he said later on that night. The
No, you
nigga
ain't heard yet. I'm
that nigga
positive.
said he was later on. It was later on that night. He was at the trap on his knees shooting dice with his new hip.
That's fucked.
He was hitting the nigga baby mama from the back, wrong stroking with his new hip later on that night. Fuck you, man.
That's fucked up.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit. I'm
Oh,
dead.
shit. Where the hell Susie Q when we need her at, man? God damn, she's a nurse.
Mm.
Well, hold on, let's get back to this.
Day surgery.
Mm,
Were you going in the morning and you released that same day?
Probably late on that night, yeah.
Okay, and that procedure was a full hip replacement.
Yes.
You weren't kept a day or two in the hospital for.
I can't remember, and I was on a bunch of medications. At this, I let the doctor explain explain that, but I was on a lot of medication. I was on medication from, yeah, wow. So I couldn't explain that.
Are you sure you
Now,
didn't have what's called a
you know you
scope
done fucked up, right?
procedure on you?
I'm not sure. I let the doctors explain it.
Okay, you don't know how to explain it. And
No.
did you have therapy after that? The
Oh
surgery?
boy, say he went to an AI doctor.
He went to
Yeah, I'm
88
sure I did.
BBL doctor.
Yes.
You remember for how long? Do
I'm not sure.
you remember any other procedures or anything else really of substance after that?
No, no, sir. I'm not sure.
But you
fucked
said you
up
had to
your
walk
neck,
with a
son.
walker, correct?
Yes.
What time period was that you were walking with the walker?
I can't remember. I was on a bunch of medications. Around the house, I walked with a walker for a while. I was just trying to get back to full strength. It was the most painful thing I ever endured in my life. It's how I couldn't lay down. Yeah.
Look at his
And what
eyes.
time period did you have to use a cane?
For a while, even up to this day, some days I have to walk with a cane.
You still work with a cane? Sorry. Going to the night of that fight that took place, you were saying when you pulled up, you came from another club, correct?
Yeah,
Did you drive there or did you walk there?
Did I walk where? To be live?
Yes.
I walked to be live.
From the other club?
Yes.
Okay. And what is the name of the other club?
Ecstasy.
Okay. When you walk up, did you walk up by yourself?
By myself.
Was there a large gathering of people at the front of V Live when you walked up?
In the parking lot. Is it like yes, sir.
Were there, I guess to kind of give some context to the jury, was there a lot of people around the doorway of the club?
No, sir. It was just a bunch of security guards.
Only security guards and no people at all?
Nah, just as I recall, I was focused on the security guards and getting inside the club.
Okay. When you walked up, did you make contact with anybody at all?
Objection vague.
Anybody that was a friend, anybody that worked for the club? Did you announce your arrival? Did you do anything like that at all?
I took a bunch of
Objection vague. At what point in time? Part of these have already been answered, but I'm confused as to what exactly he's asking about. When he first gets to the parking lot, when he goes to the door.
When he first gets to the club? Because he walked up. You said he walked
To the
up
club or the parking lot?
to the club. He walked up to the door and he only saw bodyguards.
All right, I'm going to allow the question. Just be as specific as possible. Thank you. Please proceed.
When you're walking up towards the door to the entrance of the club, did you greet anybody? Did you say anything to anybody?
yes, in the parking lot, I spoke to a lot of people. I took a bunch of pictures. People was asking me how was the Grammys yesterday, how Mo 3 Broken Love was doing. I heard a bunch of people playing Everybody Ain't Your Friend. Ty Harris was playing in the background. It was just like people was taking pictures and greeting.
Did you, how long did you stand there in the front waiting?
Can I ask you a question? How long has this Ty Harris dude been out?
I don't know. I don't know nothing about him.
That's the dude he got on a new album, on 3 new albums. That's supposed to be his new artist. That he says better than 3.
Oh, I don't know.
So I'm about to look this up. I'm about to see how long he been making music.
I think he's been out for like a nice little minute.
You said a nice little minute.
Yeah, but not like
He from Oak Cliff.
I think he just became when Rain broke him out, like popping.
Yeah, but he said Ty Harris music was playing in the background when he.
Right. Ain't he from Texas?
He from Oak Cliff. But if I'm looking at this, Ty Harris didn't start making music till 2022.
Mm-hmm.
So Rain, you lying.
Right, you lie.
Womp womp womp.
Because I'm looking at his songs, and he got came up with Mo3, Asphalt and Concrete, 2022, Beg and Plead, 2022, 2024. Yeah, it only go to from 2022 to 2023. Let's see, what's this? Say tastes good.
Nigga, what?
That's the nigga song. It's called Taste Good. Yeah, this nigga ain't got no. He ain't got no. He ain't got no discography. His discography is short lived. So how would you be playing this man's music in 2020 if he didn't have any music? Or how would y'all be hearing his music?
Because he was underground.
Yeah, that makes sense. It'll make sense. We can keep going. I'm gonna go with that. I'm trying to figure it out because I'm like, this dude wasn't out in 2020.
Right.
Waiting to go in.
Pretty like about 2 or 3 minutes after they told me, hold on.
And your testimony was that just out of nowhere, Mr. Marquis walked out and you came face to face with him?
No, I never said out of nowhere.
Okay. So where did he come from when you first saw him?
Inside. It came from inside the building.
So you're telling the jury that he walked from inside
He ran from inside the building. And my testimony was the security guard said, hold on, and got on the microphone and said, rainwater's here.
Okay, and at that point he came running out the building.
About 45 seconds to a minute and a half later.
Sprinting out just to go straight after you.
I guess I don't know. As I seen his face, I just took off running.
Okay, but your testimony is that he came and then went straight to you. Is that correct?
Yes, he just came towards my way.
Soon as I see his face, I just took off running.
I was running.
I had to pause that shit.
I was running.
He said, soon as I see his face, I just took off running. Oh shit, this nigga is stupid.
Away. I just took off running.
And you have absolutely no reason on why he would come straight running at you in that manner, full speed.
At that time, no. I'm just out there trying to promote Mo3 music. We just dropped a song called "Broken Love," and with Kevin Gates, and I was just trying to promote.
When did that song come out? Was that January?
I don't know the exact when the song exactly came out, and then I'm not really refreshed on the time frame of this so-called incident either.
It's supposed to be January 2020.
Broken Love came out, I think, in 2020.
Yep. All right, let's get back into your lives, Drain Water.
If you have no reason to have any fear or anything like that, why?
Wait a minute. So he was promoting for Broken Love, right?
That's what he said.
That song was released 2020 in August. You got beat up in January. I don't know. I guess we gonna
Is
listen.
it possible that he could have still been promoting it though?
That's where we got to see, know where when it was recorded. You know what I mean? But let's see. Now the one without Kevin Gates on it was released in April. So I don't know. Let's go.
Why would you take up in a sprint like that?
I'm glad I did.
No, but that doesn't answer my question. Why would you do that?
I'm not sure. I'm just, I'm glad I'm something in my body just to promote more free music. We just dropped a song called Broken Love and with Kevin Gates. And I was just trying to promote.
If you have no reason to have any fear of anything like that, why would you take up in a sprint like that?
I'm glad I did.
No, but that doesn't answer my question. Why would you do that?
I'm not sure. I'm just, I'm glad I'm something in my body just told me to, you're not in a safe situation.
But why would your
Question.
body tell you that?
Answer.
What's the answer?
I don't know. You
Is
said question.
was this court appearance Zoom thingamajig? So they weren't in the same vicinity, right?
No,
Correct.
no.
Okay, so when was this?
Today, this morning.
So were they not trying to say that he and um Yellow was together at court the other day when that bullshit happened?
See that I don't know because everybody when they told about the fucking lives and shit, somebody bitch ass Duke Farrell started striking people. But he was playing the same shit. He started striking people, and then somebody called in. You seen old boy show the Yellow Beezy lawyer like, yeah, they got somebody streaming the Zoom.
I'm talking about when the fight happened though. I mean when the women happened. I mean the swimming lesson. I mean shit. The wrist bumping happened.
This was this morning they did this court date, but that's when I don't know what happened after that. Hold up, give me a second, y'all. I'm gonna let this play. Hold up.
Just, as you can see what happened, I just had to get out of there.
We all, the jury and everyone saw what happened.
Yeah. And these are and at the time, listening to rap lyrics, it's just a dangerous situation. So I thank God that I got the ability to get out the parking lot.
Okay, you made a reference to rap lyrics. What rap lyrics are you referring to? That
Just hip hop, period. Hip hop, period. It's just man, hip hop, period.
Okay, well, sir, you chose to work with hip hop, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so again, going back to the original, what would cause you to have the fear you had to take off in a dead sprint like you did?
I mean, after seeing individuals running towards me, and the comments that I heard behind, get him, there he is. Something that I needed to run to a safe place where it was light and cameras.
So
and the
that's
reputation, the reputation of what was going back and forth.
So to answer you, they had went on recession, like they had stopped it, and then they came back. But when they came back, I don't know what happened when they came back because after somebody posted in there, Jeremy Martin struck Sco for playing the court case or whatever. But Rainwater sent out the goddamn Zoom shit to everybody. See what I'm saying? Like, so all the motherfucking Dallas motherfuckers all had the Zoom shit. From Soul Player, Skull, even Mink had the motherfucker.
Motion detected at front door ring cam.
I thought they said that Rain and Yellow was coming out of court.
That was the other day. Hold up.
Am I tripping, y'all? Do y'all get what I'm saying? Like, I could have sworn that they said that the two of them was coming out of court that day. I guess that's how Ryan's supposed to have knew that he, Yellow was gonna be there to have little dude and them waiting. So I'm guessing the question is like, how were they able to be at court in person that day, but this day it's on Zoom? Could this have happened after the situation that happened in the parking lot at court the other day?
Yeah, that's mainly why they went to Zoom, because what happened, I guess somebody said they not trying to pop through. The lawyer must have been talking, like he must have got at them like, I fear for my client's life, like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever happened, I don't know. You know what I mean? But other than that, they in this Zoom shit and everybody got the snitching on each other, which is that these Dallas niggas are stupid as fuck. Like, I don't know how the fuck they stupid as hell. But let's let this shit go.
In the hip hop industry, I just needed to get the light.
So are you telling the jury that anytime at any event that you go to or any club, you take off running like that if there's another hip hop artist?
If I know it's a conflict of interest or anybody I work with, yes.
And that is the first time in Dallas you've ever run into another artist, or have you done before run into other artists?
Artists that have the reputation of being dangerous, yes.
Before that incident, you said you've been in hip hop since 2014, right?
Yes.
So at that time it was about 6 years.
Yes.
And in 6 years, you probably doing promotions have been to quite a number of concerts, events, promotions, and things of that nature, right?
And I have never ran into something like that night. I have never been assaulted like that before that night. I have been around the hip hop industry, never seen anything like that.
Okay. Have you ever ran like that before at another event?
Yes.
And which event was that?
I can't recall, but yes.
So your feeling is that, if I'm mistaken, please let me know, the bouncers alerted my client to you being outside, and then he just came flying, sprinting straight out the door and going straight to you?
Right to me.
And you have no explanation of idea why he had that feeling towards you?
Man, what's going on at all?
Even though y'all had fights in the past?
I didn't know what's going on. Apparently that night, I didn't know what was going on.
Do you recall sneak punching him that night?
That night? No.
Yes.
No. No. I never did. No.
You never punched him and ran off that night?
No.
Why, what makes you laugh to that?
because he was running towards me out the door. No.
And you didn't sucker punch him and run off?
No.
Okay. Have you ever sucker punched him before and ran off?
Not that I can recall that night. That night I was just a spirit of my life.
Okay. Well, why would you be in fear for your life? There's nothing there, nothing going.
Just the reputation, the going back and forth in the hip hop industry, the vibe. It was it was a dark vibe that night. I'm not sure what's going on. So,
But sir, you chose to be in that industry. So you keep talking about hip hop, but this is an industry you chose and you continue to work for years.
I mean, and all music too. You got country music. I work with country artists, R&B artists like Ty Harris, Bumpy Johnson. So, and that vibe that night was just kind of thrown out.
When you say the vibe, what are you referring to, the vibe? Because weren't you at another club?
To look at people's faces and towards me, I was just, and the comments. It was just a bunch of comments that I knew that I needed to get to safety.
But you just said it was a beautiful thing when you walked into the parking lot and people were taking photos of you.
Yes, but closer to the door, it was just the vibe changed. The vibe changed.
Okay. So after you run, you said you wanted to run to the light, correct?
Yes,
What made you run to the middle of the intersection instead of the gas station across the street?
because the gas station across the street is used as a parking lot during that time. So I didn't know what individuals at the gas station. As you can see at the end of the video, it was people from the gas station that was shouting disgusting things towards my way. So I knew the intersection, it was different cars and different lighting. So that was just the best place that was to run to where to safety.
But didn't that parking lot have the same security guard who came out to help you and actually picked you up?
He never helped me.
Okay. But I believe we saw on video, he walked out there to.
He walked out to me and walked away. He never helped me. He never called authorities. He didn't never do anything. He never helped me.
Okay. And you're saying to the jury that, well, I'll get to that next. Do you recall the moment you first fell during the altercation?
No, I can't recall anything from that night. I was kicked in the head numerous of times. I can't recall anything.
Okay. Looking back at the video, it looks like you were struck a punch and then a kick or two from my client and then a couple from other ones. Do you recall the exact moment your hip hurt or you felt a pain in your hip?
No, sir, I can't recall.
Okay. There also appeared to be a situation in time when another gentleman ran up and tackled you into the ground. Do you recall that moment in the fight?
I viewed it, but I couldn't recall at the time. I didn't know what was going on. I feel like I was just I just feel like I just want to get out the situation.
In that scene,
Somebody
it looks
telling
like the
him how to
gentleman tackled
respond.
you and actually fell on top of you when you were on.
You know that, don't you? You hear that?
And you can look at his eyes too.
Yeah, he keep looking. Yeah, I've
Mm-hmm.
been peeped that. I'm like, why you keep looking over? They telling him what to say.
Yep.
On the side of your hip that was hurt. Could that have been the moment?
I peeped that this morning. Everybody was like, nah, just look at his eyes. Why his eyes keep going left? And why, like, nah, he looking at whoever the lawyer is, and the lawyer, whoever in that building, telling him what to say. Nah, tell him this, tell him that.
Your hip got hurt?
No, I can't recall.
You can't recall?
At the time of the feelings, no.
So you had no idea of the pain until you try to stand up?
No, I knew the pain. The way I first fell when Yella grabbed me is after that, like I can recall.
So, I mean, what do you mean the feeling of the pain when he first grabbed you? What do you mean?
I just knew I couldn't run away no more, so I just knew it was something wrong.
Y'all hear that?
Mm-hmm.
That nigga said he felt pain when Yella grabbed him.
He knew he couldn't run away no more. Snatched your ass up, boy.
How the fuck you feel pain when a fuck grab you? Oh, I missed it. Almost an hour. Hey, you can run it back. It's all good. Shit. Yeah. This motherfucker's stupid. Let's go.
So you just heard it when you were running, then your hip popped out, you think, when you were just running?
No. After I fell down the first time.
Okay. Because at the first time you fell, it doesn't appear like you fell on that side. That's why I asked that question.
Oh yeah, I can't.
So you can't
Characterize
recall.
the evidence. If you want to show him the video, show him the video.
Yeah, it was just
So you can't pinpoint a time and during that fight when your hip hurt, really?
I just got
Objection, askings.
Do you have any idea when it got hurt at all?
nah, I just can't recall.
You mentioned you had a severe fear of my client, correct? Since then?
Yes. Yeah.
And at all costs, you've worked to avoid him?
At all costs.
Okay. When you said you moved your family, where did you move you and your family to? What part of town in Dallas?
Just
Why the fuck would
away
he ask
from
him
just
that?
all the away from
Just listen while you act.
35 South, the zoo area.
So where did y'all move to then?
Just away from everything. Peace.
So you live in East Dallas?
No, just I said peace.
Peace. Okay. You mentioned previously you moved your family to Frisco. Is that still correct or no?
In the area, yes.
So when you say the area, so close to Frisco?
Yes.
Mr. Bias, Frisco, wherever he is, please help me understand how this is relevant. It's very, very interesting, and someone wants to know that, but I don't think my jury needs to know where he lived to determine whether or not he gives. So come on, let's move on and
Well,
let's keep it relevant.
Yeah,
It's all
Honor,
That was
if
inappropriate
I
as
may,
fuck.
the reason he claimed that he has in complete fear of my client, but yet he knew my client lived in the Frisco area, which Mr. Matthias put on.
That's why he asked him, because he moved to the same area Yellow Beezy lived in. So how you afraid of somebody, but you moved to the same area they live in?
Is my ears playing tricks on me, or did I just hear that lady say Crisco?
I don't know. That was me. You sure?
When she interrupted him, or is my ears playing tricks on me?
I'm about to run it back.
Just away from everything. Peace.
Hold on.
That's good.
I know.
Oh,
You mentioned you had a severe fear of my client, correct? Since then?
Yes. Yeah.
And at all costs, you've worked to avoid him?
At all costs.
Okay. When you said you moved your family, where did you move you and your family to? What part of town in Dallas?
Just away from just all the away from 35 South, the zoo area.
So where did y'all move to then?
Just away from everything. Peace.
So you live in East Dallas?
No, just I said peace.
Peace. Okay. You mentioned previously you moved your family to Frisco. Is that still correct or no?
In the area, yes.
So when you say the area, so close to Frisco?
Mr.
Yes.
Bias, Frisco, wherever he is, please help me understand how this is relevant. It's very, very interesting, and someone wants to know that,
did she
but I
say
don't think my
Crisco?
jury needs to know where he lived to
Nah, she said Frisco. Can you hear me?
She said Frisco.
Yeah, it's Frisco, Texas.
Damn, I could have sworn that lady said Crisco. I'm like, damn,
Nah,
Crisco or wherever he is.
she said Frisco, Texas. So Yellow Beezy lives in Frisco, Texas as well. And Rainwater moved to Frisco, Texas. So why would you move to Frisco, Texas if you're afraid of somebody? You'll try
Motion
to.
No,
detected at
I
front
get
door
that.
ring
I
cam.
just thought she said Crisco.
Nah, she said Frisco. Hold on.
Ah, okay. Oh boy, I look. I saw like, wait, what the fuck?
determine whether or not he gives. So come on, let's move on and
Well,
let's keep it relevant.
Yeah,
It's all
Honor, if
no.
I made the reason he claimed that he has in complete fear of my client, but yet he knew my client lived in the Frisco area, which Mr. Matthias put on the board, that's where he lived.
Arguments. The court has told you what she wants. I don't need a justification. What I need for you to do is move on, counselor, or do a better job of tying it all in, because it's not, we've got a limited amount of time. This case cannot continue until next week. And unless they moved in next door neighbors, I don't see the relevance. Let's move on.
Yes, Your Honor. When you got picked up, you were taken to the hospital, correct?
Yes.
And you're saying during that time, you never had any thoughts of filing a police report or calling the police?
Yeah, I was just I was just in fear at the time after hearing lyrics about snitching and what happens to snitches that I was, man, I didn't want I didn't want to, I was scared. I was really scared about the reputations of dangerous people that get snitched on.
So that's why you didn't call the police that night?
Yes.
You didn't tell the people at the hospital you were in a fight?
No.
Okay. So even days after, when you got home and able to settle things in, you still never thought about filing a police report?
Yeah, after seeing the people laughing on the internet, the video, um, man, it was just it was a scary moment.
So you keep mentioning about people laughing on the video. So is this more a situation of your pride being hurt because it was out on the internet and people to see them more than anything?
My life was in danger.
When you say your life was in danger, how was your life in danger?
Just different. I just felt like just different. All the people that was out there shouting, I felt like I mean, the songs. Man, my whole life changed after that night.
How did your whole life change?
First of all, I wasn't able to walk and do my activities like I was, and then I had fear. I was just paranoid all the time. Um, yeah, my whole life changed after that night.
Okay, you have fear and paranoia of what?
Of being attacked again.
By who?
Um, just life period. Just yeah, it's just
You said you have
my
fear
whole
of,
way my whole way of thinking changed.
and now you have a fear of life?
Just individuals in life. I was so paranoid after that. It's just life changing situation.
Right, so you're saying it's life-changing situation. Have you changed your ways at all about the things you've done since then or how you conduct yourself since then? How you travel, how you move about when you go to these clubs, how you conduct yourself on the internet? Has any of that changed since this event?
Before this event, I was never on the internet. That's the biggest thing. I was never on the internet. Yeah, so I changed after that event. I changed. I was never on the internet before the situation.
So you're on the internet more now?
I guess yes.
So how did that event change you where you're on the internet more now?
Objection relevance.
Your Honor, he said it changed his way of life and how he does everything. So I'm just trying to find understanding to that.
So what is your question?
He said it changed his life. So I'm asking, how did it change how he conducts life now? He said through that, like he's on the internet now more with his social media. So I'm asking how and why that is now that he's on the internet more since the accident.
He gave the basis for it already. He said because of the incident, he was on the internet. It's just like you're asking and answered. So I'm going to allow you, but you set the predicate by saying what happened afterwards.
Yes, ma'am. You felt by being on the internet now you're safer by being on the internet more?
I have 5 kids, so I don't move around like that. I'm a father every day, and I always have a child, so I move around. I have to pay security now. Anytime I move around my kids, I got to pay for security. Yeah, my life changed after that.
Why do you have to pay for security?
Because what happened on January 25th, I was ran down, and I don't ever want to endure that ever again.
So you're saying because of that night, you have a constant fear of anybody attacking you or my client is what I'm trying to understand.
Basically, a client.
So you're saying because of the fight that night, you have a
Mhm.
constant fear for your life, 24/7 from my client.
Right. Yeah, and just the dangers, the group and company around, yes.
The company you keep?
No, I don't. I only the company I keep is basically not no hip hop artist. I'm not no hip hop artist. I've been done with hip hop since then.
So you have nothing to do with hip hop now.
I have R&B artists and country artists.
Okay.
Ty Harris is an R&B artist.
Okay. Okay. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
You'd like for me to proceed, Your Honor, or?
Just a moment, gentlemen. Redirect on behalf of the plaintiff.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Rainwater, just a few follow-up questions for you. This accident occurred approximately 5 years ago.
Yes.
Okay.
Motion
And
detected at
opposing counsel
front door
was
ring cam.
quizzing you on the exact dates of treatment that you had, correct?
Right.
What is it, 30? Or share screen? Okay, and with regards to, you see the chart that we have up here, that's been marked as exhibit 30 in evidence.
Y'all see that damn chart? Or is it blurry? That nigga medical bills came to $613,000.
Oh, either he had a good goddamn doctor that was running this shit up, or that boy might have been fucked up for real.
But just look at the dates though. 1/26, 2020, 2/15, 2020, 2/18, 7/13, 7/13, 7/14, 9/15, 9/18 is the last date.
I mean, what's wrong with it? Because 7/13 is from 7/13 to 12/14. So in the meantime, in between time, these other dates, he still had this consistent standing rotation from 7/13/2020 to 12/14/2020.
Where you
And this
see
other
12/14?
on line 6, where it says 7/13/2020 through
Oh, I see it. I see
12/14.
it now. I
Yeah.
see it. Yeah.
And then even above that on line 4, it say 2/15/2020 to 8/10/2020. So it was some consistency in there.
That doctor ran that motherfucking surgery up high to the bitch though.
Ran that bitch through the motherfucking roof.
Look,
So
Plano Surgical Hospital, 114,525.46.
was that the hip replacement? Well, no. Well, that might have been the hip replacement. Shit, that's 2/15. That's 2 days. Surgical hospital. That might have been the goddamn hip replacement. And everything up behind it might have been follow-up appointments. I guess. I don't know. I'm guesstimating, honestly. But goddamn, that man had $600,000 in fucking medical expenses. God damn. Excuse me, y'all.
I ain't never seen it. I got a partner that had hip replacement. I might have to ask him what's his shit 400, 600,000. God dang.
Well, he was going through all this damn therapy and shit too in the meantime, in between time. So they was definitely running it up.
Yeah.
So
Radiology.
look, it says total past summary 281,263.12 cents. And then it says future medical expenses 331,786.
Good catch. Because I'm looking at this shit like, how the fuck? You get a future medical expense?
Baby, let me tell you.
Man, somebody got to answer that. How the hell you get a future medical expense?
So everything that we looking up that we see up above was only $281,263.12. Whatever this future shit is added into there made it 600. Make it 613.
Whatever the future is, they put the 331 on that bitch. They said, "Fuck it, it's the future. We're gonna go on here to give you the future surgery." You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you hear me?
This what's gonna happen in the future.
This hip is gonna bother you for the rest of your life. Let's just go ahead and charge it for you now. Charging them.
Hey, that doctor's a bad motherfucker, whoever that doctor is. Plaintiff's medical expenses. He's a bad motherfucker, boy. I want to meet this doctor. He getting rich, boy.
Yes.
Okay. And you see the dates of service that are listed there?
Yes.
Okay. And would you agree that the medical records that are in evidence and billing records that are in evidence here would be the best representation of the exact amount of times that you had gone to treatment during that period?
Yes.
Okay, and this chart is a summary of those medical records and the time of treatment and where you ultimately went.
Right.
And when you're testifying before, you're testifying to the best of your recollection, but that recollection may not be fully 100% due to the amount of time that you weren't shown any of the documents.
Right.
And just for clarity, we have the medical bill from Baylor on January the 26th, 2020.
Yes.
Okay, and that would have been your initial hospital visit.
Right.
Okay, and then with Complete Injury Centers of Texas was from February the 15th, 2020 to August the 10th, 2020.
Yes.
Okay, and that would have been the accurate amount of time that you would have gone for treatment at Complete Injury Centers of Texas.
Yes.
Okay. And under number 10, where you have Plano Surgical Hospital, that would have been on 9/15 and 9/17 would have been dates of the surgery that we received, correct?
Wait, hold on, wait. 9/15, 2/15 to 2/20, 8/10 to 2/20, complete surgery,
Huh? It's
complete
a
injury
complete
centers.
injury center.
How many fucking doctors did he go to?
The injury center could have possibly been where they made the final decision that he did need the hip
The surgery.
replacement.
Yeah. Okay.
Correct.
Right.
Okay. And Mr. Rainwater, I'm addressing you as Mr. Rainwater, correct?
Yes.
Not as Dr. Rainwater.
Right.
Okay, you're not a doctor.
Damn.
No, sir.
Okay, and when you go to the doctor, all you can indicate to the doctor is ultimately when you got hurt and how you feel,
Right.
correct?
Yes.
And then they have to rely on what you say, but also evaluation of you in person, correct?
Right.
And then also imaging
Yes.
that is done,
Yes.
correct? And with regards to diagnoses and what exactly was wrong with you, you don't particularly know. You understand from a layman's perspective what's told to you, but ultimately that's up to a doctor in terms of what happened and why what ultimately happened was causing you to feel the way you are, correct?
Yes.
What happened?
It's- Okay.
You ain't got a
And there was
forehead,
some
you got a
discussion with
5 head.
regards to, I want to clarify with
Ain't
regards
head
to
having motherfucker.
the interaction
shine.
with
That boy got that
Mr.
good
Conway.
Vaseline on that forehead.
Yes.
Okay, and Mr. Conway here is sitting next to Mr. Valens, correct?
Right.
Okay, and on the night of the incident, January the 26th, 2020, Mr. Conway came out of the club.
Yes.
Okay, and you knew who Mr. Conway was before this incident, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And can you explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury why you were in fear for your safety when Mr. Conway came out with other individuals?
Because the first individual came out with his gun in his hand. And that made me kind of worried, like, what's going on? And then seconds later, Mr. Conway came out storming my way.
Okay. And did you have knowledge on January 26, 2020 that Mr. Conway did not like your artist, Mo3?
Yes.
Okay. And how did you know that?
Just going back and forth, and my previous client named Roy Lee, a comedian, father, they was going back and forth. And I believe that Roy Lee was assaulted in
So
the club
Roy
by
Lee
Mr. Conway,
was his client too?
and it was just a bunch.
Hell no.
Okay, I'm just all right.
Hell no. That's why I was waiting until somebody said something, but ain't none of them
Good
Dallas niggas
man
say nothing.
said my previous client.
Ain't none of them Dallas niggas say nothing when he said that.
I
None
mean,
of them
cause you
Dallas niggas.
because you just confessed to being not a talent manager. You confessed to being a music manager, a hip hop manager, and Raleigh was a comedian.
Comedian.
You just sat here and said, as a manager, you don't do promotions and all of that other shit. So what the fuck would you Raleigh have needed you for?
Come on now. Talk to him. Talk to him. I mean, they was friends, supposedly,
I ain't
but
even gonna hold you. And I can't stand when Deer and them say this shit. You got me saying all y'all got me saying this shit. His lawyer, Yellow the lawyer, was pissing me off. I ain't even gonna lie. We all know Ryan the lying motherfucker, evil genius son of a bitch, but that nigga was pissing me off.
yeah, Yellow, you could tell Yellow cussing his ass out.
Hell yeah, but this shit
When it,
right here with Ryan and hold on, let me get that freeze frame. That's gonna be my thumbnail tomorrow. Hold on.
oh, let
Okay,
me
I
take
got
that
it.
thing.
I
Okay.
got it. Um, he just making situations worse for himself right there. And of course, these other bloggers not gonna fucking speak on it because it's too much like right.
Right. And I was thinking, because I was going around this morning looking to see who's all playing it. So Duke was playing it. Duke was geek. Yeah, Rain. That's what I'm talking about. Like this nigga. So I want to ask Duke, when he brought up Roy Lee, since you a real candidate for Roy Lee so bad, how did you feel about when he said he was the man's manager? Also, the man that's supposed to be the person that got him unalive.
Hmm.
Come on, man.
The last person that talked to him and told him to go to the gas station or wherever he was going.
Come on now. Don't make sense. That's why I tell all these motherfuckers all the time. Some of you Dallas motherfuckers, man, y'all part of this shit too. Y'all part of the reason why Mo3 ain't getting no justice. The reason why Roy Lee ain't getting no justice. Y'all part of this shit because y'all part of this clown ass nigga.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But we almost done with this shit. We got a few more minutes left.
Bunch of back and forth, and just a dangerous vibe and dangerous crew they hang with.
Okay. And there was a crew that was following Mr. Conway out of the club, correct?
Right.
Okay. And those individuals that you're referring to are different than the individuals who you were conversing with in the parking.
Right.
Correct?
It was totally two different crews.
Okay. And there was an assertion there that you had approached Mr. Conway, and I believe the term was snuck him that night.
Yes, sir. No, sir.
Okay.
And if I can recall what he said in the video, excuse my language, I'm just repeating it. He said, I ran from one nigga.
Okay. And that's all you did that night was run.
Yeah, all I did was run.
Okay. And it would have been pretty stupid based on your understanding, having absolutely nobody with you
I don't think
at the club to start a fight with Mr. Conway when somebody comes out with a gun and he's surrounded by a bunch of
That fucking lawyer fucked it all up, right? if the nigga just was about to say something, he said, "You only thing I had with me." He was about to say, "Only thing I," you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The lawyer just kept talking because he knew that, like, if you start talking, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
People who are in his box.
Right.
Okay. And Mr. Conway never stopped chasing you, did he?
Never stopped.
And he chased you through that gate?
Yes.
Okay, and let's go ahead and pull the video up. Let's do one showing chasing
Oh, I'm glad I get to see it now on big
or
screen.
the intersection.
They about to show him getting chased.
Now showing exhibit 26.
Roger, could you identify which exhibit this?
Sorry, if that wasn't clear. I said we're showing exhibit 26. Stop.
Yellow caught his ass.
Okay, as we went over earlier, this
That's
is
why he said
Mr.
that's when he
Conway
felt it.
chasing you
Yes.
on the street and you're outside of the gate, correct?
Right.
This is shortly after the interaction we discussed in V Live.
Yes.
Okay, keep on going.
Slow ass nigga. I thought
Okay,
you played
stop.
basketball.
Okay, stop. So he pulls you in your jacket,
Yeah.
causing you to fall, correct?
Right.
Okay, you press play. Stop. Okay, so his grabbing on your jacket caused you to fall and you fell flat on the ground,
Right.
correct? Okay. And then he lifted you up and punched you,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
And that caused you to fall again.
Right.
Okay. And what part of your body on those two falls are you falling?
My hip.
Okay. Keep on going. Stop. Okay, then as you're getting up for the third time, Mr. Conway kicks you right in the lower midsection of the hip, correct?
Right.
Okay, keep on going. Okay, stop. And after those 3 to 4 impacts, Mr. Bodega shoves you down to the ground.
Yes.
Okay. Did you feel intense and excruciating pain prior to Mr. Bodega
Yeah.
throwing you to the ground?
That's I just know I had no balance. I couldn't stand up. After I got picked up, after I got back on my feet before being tackled, I couldn't run away like I wanted to.
Your balance was already messed up by the
Right,
time that
right.
Mr. Bodega
When I
shoved
got
you
up
to the ground.
when I got up the first time, when I got up the second time, I would have took out running again.
Okay. And Mr. Bodega struck you at the instruction of Mr. Conway, correct?
Right.
Mr. Bodega would not have caught you if Mr. Conway had not caught you in the middle of the intersection, would he?
No.
And you knew Mr. Bodega didn't like you either.
I didn't know who he was at the time. I just knew he was a part of his crew.
Okay. And anybody in that crew you knew meant you harm?
Yes.
Motion detected at front door ring cam.
Okay. And you testified earlier that you and Mr. Yellowbeezy, years prior to this, had been in an altercation.
Right.
Okay. And so it was clear to you, even aside from the beef, that Mr. Rainwater did not like you. Mr. Conway did not like you.
Can
Right.
y'all hear me?
And Mr. Conway was a dangerous man, and if he saw you, he would likely try to start a fight.
Strong had a good question. She said, didn't she said Breezy say I beat him up all by myself? Why is that not part of the evidence?
Yeah, why everybody else ain't he ain't suing everybody else?
That's what Beezy, she got me saying Breezy. That's what Beezy lawyer was trying to get at when he was saying the person that kicked you or stumped you or whatever wasn't my client. He was trying to he was trying to get it, you know what I'm saying? That person could have possibly been the one to hurt your hip. But not that I'm rooting for rainwater, but y'all know we gonna talk about all sides of the story. So in actuality, that should be a part of the evidence from his Rain attorney. He
She
admitted
used it.
to it. He admitted to it. Nigga, I beat him up. Me, by myself.
Shut up, sis. You're always talking shit.
I'm saying though, in my line now she said this shit and dropped down being head ass. What happened? It froze?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay. And with regards to the questioning related to the type of surgery you received, this is your basic layman's understanding of what happened, correct?
Yes.
And you would defer to the medical experts and the medical records with regards to the specific procedures that were performed on you, correct?
Right.
Okay, we're showing what Exhibit 4, where it says left hip MRI shows the vascular necrosis of the left hip.
Yes.
Okay, and due to the aggravation of the hip, the vascular necrosis, arthroscopic hip surgery will not sufficiently alleviate hip pain. It is medically indicated, correct, and ethical treatments to proceed with a total left hip arthroplasty to alleviate hip pain and improve hip function. Correct, that's your medical record?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Based on your medical, that's the basis with which you ultimately underwent the total left hip arthroplasty.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can let her.
Nothing further.
Mr. Valles, any cross?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, well, this witness can be off the witness stand. I think this is the perfect time for us to take our morning break. Jurors, leave your notebooks face down in your seats. Remember, do not discuss the case, even among yourselves. Do not allow anyone to research for you anything about the parties, witnesses, or subject matter of this case. No investigation, no posting on social media. Do not form an opinion. We're going to take a 15-minute break. And so let's get back around 11:15.
Right.
How long was the trial?
That's shitty ass trial. I ain't got the second part because I guess they turned the Zoom off. I don't know what the fuck they did, but after they came back or whatever,
Yeah.
I don't know if Mink was still there, but she was streaming it. But I don't know how long it was. I just know I got to listen to came in on the middle of this one, and then went all the way to the end, and then that's when So Player was like, "Oh, Duke striking people? Oh shit! Oh shit!" And then he closed his shit out. I'm like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, because Duke struck Sko for playing this content. And then that's when I guess the lawyer or the judge came back and said, if anybody's streaming this, there will be, you know what I mean? But she's so stupid that she put the shit up on YouTube so it could be streamed. Goofiness. But yeah, this was I think the case started probably like 9
Did
something.
he win the case?
I don't know. That's what I don't know. I ain't get the second part, but I don't know if he won or lost. But
Hell no.
all I know is like it was more than one person beating this man up. You know what I'm saying? It was like,
Right.
why everybody else is not in court? You just going after the bag.
That don't make sense to me either. Well, Angela's asleep.
No, I'm right here.
I mean, I literally seen 3 other motherfuckers beating this man up, or 2 other motherfuckers.
Not to divert the conversation, Ty, I don't know if you seen it, but Maxine gone, she totaled out.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let me should I show that shit, so?
Yeah, you can show it.
Hmm.
Cause
Oh,
I was
the
asking.
white car. Yes, I've seen it.
Yeah, cause
Yeah.
I was, you don't supposed to show it. That's what they
Is your
told me
hubby
when I
okay?
was when I went in my car accident. They said don't put it up on social media, none of that shit. If the lawyer's involved and all that shit, that's how they do it out here. I don't know how they do it anywhere else.
Is your husband okay, sis?
Yeah, he
Angela.
good. He
Okay.
good. He good. Just a little swollen and sore, but I mean, all glory to the Most High, cause he ain't got a scratch on him.
God is good.
And all the airbags came out, every last one of them. I mean, you can show it, cute. It's a testimony. It's a very weird. I mean, y'all know what the card means, but it's a very very strong
Yeah,
testimony. I am very grateful.
yeah. A lot of
Right.
people don't know the meaning
Yeah,
of the
I
car.
thought I was thinking Maxine is one Flipper guy, right?
Damn, girl.
What?
Thank you, Q. Thank you, Q.
Damn, calm down, G.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Yeah, you all over the
Yeah,
place.
I'm over trying to roll up, and I'm
Yeah,
rolling up
yeah.
and talking,
Uh
and
huh. Yep, yep,
my mouth going a mile a minute. I apologize. Q, don't ever
yeah.
try to front check me, nigga.
Your mouth going a mile a second. God damn
Don't.
it.
Only person can check me on this. Only person can watch this. Only person can check me is Angela. So Angela, you check me.
Ain't nobody trying to hear that bullshit.
Motion detected at front door ring cam.
Nah, hold up. This is right here. This is
You know I'm just playing.
sis whip
Damn.
gone bye bye. Can
Damn,
y'all
Max.
see it?
Damn, Maxine.
Yeah,
God's
sis whip
good.
gone bye bye.
Maxine's replaceable. Life's ain't.
That's true.
Excuse me. Yeah, that's ugly.
Dude, man, them damn tires was pushed in on them motherfuckers. All the airbags came out and everything. That man ain't got a scratch.
He didn't get an airbag burn or nothing on him.
That man ain't got a scratch. He's
Oh,
sore and a little swollen. That
uh,
man ain't got a scratch.
oh yeah, God's good.
All the time.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Yeah,
But yeah.
it is crazy. Damn, Maxine. Well, fuck that. I'm glad Dior is okay.
Yeah. Glad bro good. Long as he, walked away. He ain't
Mm,
in no hospital. He great. That's the good
right.
thing about it all. You know what I mean?
Yes,
He
sir.
walked away unscratched. Maybe some bones, you know what I mean? Little tension to the bones and muscles, but he good, But car accidents, boy, that should be like, man, I'd have been two of them since I've been here.
Yeah,
Cause
that man said, damn, my cigarettes was in that car. I just bought them damn cigarettes.
nah, he didn't. Nah, he didn't.
That
Nah, he
nigga
ain't
wanted
worried
this.
about no goddamn cigarette. Fuck them cigarettes, nigga.
It did at the hospital. He was like, man, I need to hurry up. I need to go home and take a bath and go to bed. I gotta go to work in the morning. I said, man, if you don't sit your ass down
Yeah,
somewhere.
nah, you gotta take them
Yes,
days off,
sir.
player.
He gonna be sore as hell in the morning.
Hell yeah, you gonna feel that shit.
He ain't going no work.
Nah, he ain't
Definitely.
going no damn work. He ain't going no goddamn well.
Yeah, you gonna feel that shit in the morning, boy. I ain't go to work for a whole month. And I was DJing. I'm like, shit, it's over. I ain't going outside until
When the police officer told me, like when I got the call, that it was a head-on collision. Of course, that was frantic. And then when I pulled up and seen the fucking car, my anxiety went through the roof. But I looked over and seen him sitting in the back of the ambulance. This nigga got like a little slick little smirk on his face. And I'm just like, What the fuck? And the
Motion
police
detected at
officer
front door
said,
ring cam.
your husband has some mighty, mighty, mighty angels covering him.
So not. Who over there listening to somebody cuss somebody out?
Ain't nobody cussing. That's just my mama. Her ass talk a mile a minute.
What up, Mom Dukes? I can hear you all over here.
She on my other phone. She's on my other phone. That's crazy. You can hear her. She's on my
Yeah, we
other
can hear her
phone.
loud and clear. Yes.
She
Loud
on
and
my
clear.
she's on my other phone talking a
Hi,
mile a minute.
moms.
Yeah, it's great.
Sis. So he got hit head on?
Head on.
Oh, yeah, God's wonderful.
He
Damn.
said he looked up and seen the nigga coming over in his lane, and shit, he said he was trying to bink that motherfucker out the way, but before he could, the nigga had done caught him. Turned that hoe all the way around.
Look, before we get out of here, y'all, I got to play this, man. This shit right here it's been bugging me all day, other than that laughing at the case of rainwater and yellow busy. But
You said what been bugging you?
this shit right here has been bugging me all day. Other than the shit with rainwater and yellow beezy, this shit been fucking with me all day. I've been just thinking to talk about this shit all day. That's good.
Baltimore cop decides to put his gun to the head of a man after a mix-up. Here it is.
What I do? I gotta just put him in the car.
I can't breathe.
Yo, right here, right there.
Yo,
reach back over.
what you just put in my pocket? You with the shell. You not reach. Put something in my pocket. You put something in my pocket. You put something in my pocket.
Y'all ain't even peep it. Y'all ain't even peep it.
What I do? I gotta just put
What
him in
the
the
fuck
car.
did he do for him to put that gun to his head like that?
I can't breathe.
Yo, right here, right there.
Yo,
reach back over.
what you just put in my pocket? You with the shell. You not reach. Put something in my pocket. You put something in my pocket. You put something in my pocket. You put something
You putting something in my pocket.
Put something in my pocket. Turn around. You put something in my pocket. You put something in my pocket.
I got it. I have more video. This
You put something in my pocket.
I'm trying to get it right there so I can slow it down. He had his knee all on his stomach and shit.
Pressing down on, they had his knee on there, then they were pressing down with both hands, and this baby hollering he can't breathe, and you just put a gun to his head.
I'm about to see. I slowed it down. Let's see.
Dirty son of bitches. Ouch.
I thought I slowed it down. That shit going fast in a bitch. Which one is slow? Yes, that one's slow. I want to see if he put something in his pocket.
Right. They grabbed each other's hand.
He do got his hand right by his
He
pocket.
do got his hand in his pocket.
Yeah,
And
he
he
do.
started putting it right there when the other dude had arm was kind of blocking it a little bit. See, like it's like he trying to get in there now.
Yeah. There you go.
Yep, bam.
He got his hand on his pocket right now.
Yep.
I can't see this motherfucker subscribe shit's right there. There it go.
Bam. Voila. In the pocket. Shows it.
He literally put something in his pocket.
Dirty motherfuckers.
Whatever it was, he took off the ground and put it on in his pocket.
He sure did. Look at this dick sucker. They asked me why I changed it.
And then why was he pressing down on his stomach like that?
He got the gun all in that man's head and all that shit, bro.
I'm talking about to his dome, press hard.
Oh, y'all ain't even see that.
And now he keeps saying this, he putting something in my pocket. He putting something in my pocket. Is that a clip?
Yeah, you see it?
Oh my fucking God. That's a clip.
The clip right there.
That's a clip.
He tried to hide it. You see he tried to hide it?
Right.
You motherfucker, you.
So they put the gun on him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, they got a clip right there.
Mm-hmm. Hell no.
Motion detected
Yep,
at front
sure
door
is. Look
rear
at that.
cam.
Look, he tried to hide it with a bag or something.
Yep.
So he wouldn't see it.
We seen it, bitch.
Look
at
now. Look, there you go.
They got the
holding
gun. You saw the gun?
Yep.
Right.
But the gun wasn't there. They some dirty motherfuckers, boy.
Where this happened at?
Baltimore.
Should have known. The way he was talking.
I got it.
I don't know.
I have more video. This case actually went into an investigative phase. The defense attorney, or the attorney for the alleged victim there, says, first of all, the stop was improper. There was no probable cause to effect any type of arrest whatsoever. So there's a lot of confusion by the individual who is being accosted and physically assaulted by the police.
With millions watching and many people benefiting from this.
That shit crazy.
Damn, that's fucked up.
That shit crazy.
You looking
That
at
shit
it blow his
crazy.
motherfucking noodle.
Man, he looked like he was trying to on some
I
real
swear.
shit. Like, damn, dirty ass police, y'all. Oh boy, say damn. The gun to the head, all that shit.
Shit's fucked up.
Shit accused. This shit
Oh boy,
is sick.
take your ass to bed, nigga.
That nigga at work, ain't he?
Oh shit, I don't know. He probably somewhere in motherfucking sheets sound like he from Chicago, nigga. I never forget that morning, boy.
So they never they don't say nothing about what made them approach him in the first place.
Yeah, draw down him like that.
The video, I think dude just keep talking about the court case and shit. I'm gonna have to go back and find some more information on that shit.
Oh, you didn't have the second part?
No, he just keep talking about the court date and all that shit and the lawyer and all that shit. But
No, I'm not talking about Dr. Evil. I'm talking about the young man with the cops.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Dr. Evil.
Nah, I ain't talking about Dr. Evil. that nigga took his own hip out. What the fuck is up with this?
Yo, fucking food. Hey, I'm still trying to figure out how you got out of hospital that fast.
Man, I ain't never seen a nigga get out the hospital. I ain't never heard a nigga get a
His
hip
hip
replaced.
bone is definitely not connected to his tailbone.
Yeah, tailbone they connected to your knee, bro. Hey, he should have sung that motherfucker riddle in court.
That nigga said later on that night.
Mm-hmm. What?
She said,
So he
old boy said, leave his sheets alone.
Chicago
His
sheets, nigga.
sheets?
Listen, sis, one morning we was on live to like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. And we kept hearing this motherfucking noise. And I'm thinking the motherfucking wind is blowing.
Let me
This is
find
old
out
boy.
you done tiptoed your ass down to South Carolina.
Cue
Nah.
your mother.
Nah, That
Oh,
nigga
boy.
Sheets was crazy than a bitch.
Hey,
I ain't gonna lie
Q,
to you.
That
Bro.
motherfucker sound like the wind was blowing, like
We over here
Florida
like, bro,
going
who the
north.
fuck got a window open or riding around outside? This is he's about, no, that's me. Oh fuck.
Hey, I ain't smoking no grass. I'm smoking that gas, my
Was
nigga.
that the
That's
night he
93.
farted? He farted so loud them sheets got the twitching.
Nah,
Hey,
that
it's
was
the
a
same
different night.
sheets.
That
Same
was
sheets.
where the fuck is that nigga Diesel at anyway? Or whatever, not Diesel, but what the fuck was that nigga name, man? What was that nigga name, old boy?
Oh, the nigga that they claim he farted.
Yeah, that the nigga tried to blame it on me. Well, they
Oh
tried to
yeah, they
blame
said
it
it
on
was
me.
you, didn't they?
Yeah,
It was
they tried to
Q's.
blame that shit on me.
It was old
Q40.
boy's ass.
Nah, it was that nigga that
Old boy
popped
asked me
up.
to take a shit. They want to talk about me.
Ah, shit, y'all crazy the motherfucker.
I asked Georgia Pie.
Yeah, but it's a hey, I don't know. I want to
Ma, I'm
see
sitting
some
up here
more of that.
talking my ass off and got the mute button pushed. I
What you been
said,
saying?
oh boy, no, he got that loud ass megaphone. Gonna sit up there and fart on live like that.
Hey, it lit up to his name too, didn't it? The green lit up under his name when it did it, didn't it?
Y'all
That
crazy.
goddamn, he farted so goddamn hard it made them goddamn sheets get to trying to run away. That's why y'all heard
Bitch.
them sheets was trying to run away.
That wasn't the night, Goofy.
Well, maybe they
Nah,
was
that was
still
the
trying to
night.
run
You
away.
just tell your crazy ass that.
Well, maybe they still was trying to run away.
Oh, hold on. I
This
got some
happened
more
before.
information, y'all. I
What
got it
happened?
from Skoda.
Him and that Beezy, whatever his name was, fighting for the love of Sapphire, sat up there and slipped out the damn gas.
I'll
So
be
he
damned.
slipped it out.
What you got to show us, Q?
Hold on, I'm trying to see.
Here we go. This nigga's a fool. Oh boy.
Hold up. So this is more of the case right here.
Well, play that shit.
All right. I don't
Come
know.
on,
Y'all want to save it to
Cletus.
tomorrow? Y'all want to save it
Come
to
on,
tomorrow?
Cletus.
Come
I
on,
ain't
play it.
scared.
We up. We up. Let's
I
go.
ain't scared.
Nah,
Come
we
on,
ain't up.
Cletus.
Yeah, we are.
I'm
Come
up.
on.
I'm
We
up,
ain't up.
up.
We
We
up.
ain't up.
Q.
We
Up
up.
and it's
Yeah, my
motherfucking
nigga.
stuck.
Nah, I'm gonna
I'm
play a
up
little bit
and
of
it's
it though. Hold on. Let
motherfucking
me
stuck.
see. I don't know if it's the right
Stuck
one
like
though.
rain, fake ass hit.
Oh boy said it's on tomorrow. Oh boy, you know what
Oh yeah.
motherfucker
Oh
be.
boy, he take off on Fridays. He on your top.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on here waiting on you with bells on, nigga.
Ooh-wee.
Come on, Cletus.
Come on, Cletus, you gonna walk over here, but you gonna be.
You gonna be walking back like rain?
Probably doing promotions have been to quite a number of concerts, events, promotions, and things of that nature, right?
And I have never ran into something like that night. I have never been assaulted like that before. That night, I've been around the hip hop industry and never seen anything like that.
Okay. Have you ever ran like that before at another event?
That individual made that statement to you?
Honestly, I was really thinking the worst. I didn't know
Oh, this the
what
girl
could have
that he
happened.
hopped in the car with.
And what did that individual?
Someone who drove us that.
What you got, neck brace on or
Yes, I
turtleneck?
was.
Turtleneck. It ain't even. It
You
ain't
ain't
even.
shit.
It ain't even cold enough for that motherfucker yet.
You ain't
That
shit.
motherfucker got a summer neck on. What the fuck is wrong with her? That motherfucker got a whole summer neck on.
Where the movie at? The
Fights and other
This bitch look
arrangements
like
in
a
regards to
gefilte
both
fish.
business and personal life. I also advise them.
We back, y'all. We back. We back. We back, y'all. We back.
Scared the
Shut
shit out
up,
of me.
Skull.
Damn.
Business related.
That
We
man
back, gang.
came
They
back
back.
Business
lit off
related
the
and personal
line.
related.
That man hit that line and came back lit.
I swear, had a
I'm
hell of a time.
recharged, y'all.
We back,
I'm
gang.
back.
The lights up. We back. Let everybody know we over here, gang. They back.
And let me ask you, can you, being associated with Mr. Rainwater, I assume you have some knowledge with regards to the music industry, hip hop
We
industry
back, gang.
in
We
Dallas,
back.
Texas.
Shut up, nigga.
Yes.
Damn.
Can
Fuck,
you
we both
generally
said
describe
it.
your understanding of what was going on in 2020 and shortly before then in the Dallas hip hop music scene?
Yes, actually, the Dallas hip hop music scene was on the rise at that time. It had been a while since we had like a real hit in the city of Dallas. before both Yellow Beezy and Mo3 were starting to get worldwide acclaim. I think before that, the biggest hit that we had.
Hey, let everybody know we the only ones running. We over here, gang. Tell
Shut
everybody we
up,
over here.
nigga. Damn.
And can you describe the relationship between
Nigga, talk too goddamn much.
Yellow Beezy's camp and Mo3's camp?
At the time, it was very agitated.
We talk about your boo, Angela.
It was definitely starting to get a little bit more hostile.
And to your knowledge, was Mr. Rainwater involved in any of those
Hey, y'all
hostilities?
share the live. Y'all share the link. Share the live. Y'all share the
No,
link in the
Brandon
live.
really tried to
We
stay
the only
away
ones
from
that
any
got
type
it.
of hostility, specifically when it came to Mo3. He was the primary person who would have to go into the different show bookings by himself. Usually it would be him, and maybe the only other person that would go in with him would be me. So he really tried to keep the peace at all times because he knew that he'd be going into hostile environments with no protection. So he tried to stay away from any type of like aggression or frustrations within the industry in the city.
And what brought you to say where you were with Brandon on the night of January the 25th, 2020?
Yes, I was.
Okay. And what were you doing with Brandon on the night of January the 25th, 2020?
We were actually celebrating Mo3's Grammy nomination. They had just got back from California, LA specifically. So we decided to go out just to celebrate.
Okay. And where did you go out? Can you
Wait a minute.
Man, my mama still running her goddamn mouth. I'm trying to listen to this man, but goddamn, she talking a mile a minute.
Mo3
You
had a
hear?
Grammy nomination
Yeah, Mo3 did. Yeah.
in 2020.
2020. Damn. You know that?
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, that's why he ended up making that goddamn song about he just wanted a Grammy on the show.
run me through so you ultimately ended up in the area of Empire Central and Stemmons, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And run us through how you ended up in that area from the beginning.
So when we went to celebrate, we actually first went to like Deep Ellum area. And from there, once the night had ended, Brandon had suggested that we go to a few of the strip clubs to do some promotion, like basically like street work. That's how we ended up going to Ecstasy at first.
Okay. And can you explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury how that just kind of what is the importance in terms of going to places like strip clubs for promotion purposes?
Definitely. So the reason why it's so important, it's kind of like with a politician where they're shaking hands and kissing babies. You go to the strip club to really put your face there to the DJs as well as the dancers, because that's where music gets played a lot and it gets broken. Oftentimes you'll see people in the crowd, they'll start to like, at the time we were doing Shazam and like trying to figure out, okay, what song is that? I really like the beat, or I really like what this person's saying. So going to those late night clubs is really like fundamental for an artist, especially when you're trying to push a scene.
Okay. And y'all ultimately did not end up going into Ecstasy, correct?
No, we did not.
Okay. And you and Brandon discussed going to V Live instead?
Correct.
Okay. And run us through the process of logistics of how you guys would end up at V Live.
Yes. So I had valeted the car. I was the one who drove us that night. So I had valeted the car. Brandon didn't want to wait for the car to come around because there was quite a bit of a line. It was still kind of early in the night. So he had told me that, hey, I'm just going to walk over, and it's very close. It's less than a 2-3 minute walk from Ecstasy to V Live. So when he said he was going to walk, I was wearing heels. So I was like, well, I'm going to get the car because I don't want to walk, to be honest with you.
She lied. It's a 5-minute
So
walk.
I went to go get the car and I told him I'll just meet him there.
Okay.
10-minute actually. Driving is only 5 minutes.
And can you run us through the point where you leave Brandon's presence and ultimately the next time that you see Brandon? So start from when you two leave each other, and then the next time that you see Brandon, what happens?
Okay, so when he leaves, I take my ticket to the valet, I wait for the car. As I'm waiting for the car, it's, I think maybe like, let's say 2 to 3 minutes that I've been waiting. Finally, when I get the car, I try to call Brandon, I try to call him, he doesn't answer. So I get in the car, I start driving again out of the parking lot and about to take a right on like basically the frontage road to get onto the highway. As I'm about to turn onto the frontage road, I try to call him again, basically like, essentially I was trying to make sure I was going to be okay when I get to the front and like make sure he told them like, hey, my assistant's going to be coming, let her in. Like I didn't want to have any issues when I got to the front, basically. So I try to call him again as I'm exiting the parking lot. When I called him the second time, somebody else answered his phone. And when they answered his phone,
Let me stop you there.
and-
Vanessa. Did you recognize the voice of the person that answered Brandon's phone?
no, I didn't.
Okay. And what did that individual say?
So can I curse? Or do
Yes,
I need to like?
just exactly what
Okay,
you exactly what you recall being said.
Okay, specifically what he said, and I apologize to everyone who put me for my language, but specifically what they said was, rainwater's been fucked up, you need to come get him quick. And then they hung up. So at that point, once they hung up, I kind of went into like panic mode and I started speeding down the frontage road. And like basically you have to go down the frontage road, make a U-turn at the highway, come back down, and you hit a light, I believe one light, and then take a left and you hit another light before you get to the view live area.
Okay. You share with the witness what's been marked as exhibit 27.
Rainwater been fucked up.
And while we have that pulled up, what was going through your mind when you that individual made that statement to you?
Honestly, I was really thinking the worst. I didn't know what could have happened because I had only been away from him maybe, let's say 10 minutes tops. So it's like, in my mind, it's like, how is it possible that he's so hurt that he can't even answer his phone? Like I can't fathom what could have taken place to the point where he can't even talk.
And I'm showing with the witness what's been marked as exhibit 27. And do we see the car? We see the car here on the left going through the intersection. Okay,
Yes.
and that would be your car.
Yes.
Okay, and that's the first time on that night that you had seen Brandon in that state, correct?
Yes.
Okay, keep on playing. Okay, and you stop at the corner of the road.
Yes.
Stop. Keep on going a little bit. Okay, stop. So, Isibawiki, is that you in the white coming out of the car?
Yes, that's me.
Okay. Press play. Stop. Okay, can you run us through what you recall when you first arrive on the scene, what you see and what you recall? Yeah, well, what you see.
Yeah, I see a bunch of people around Brandon, and Brandon's on the ground, and he's kind of like rocking side to side, grabbing his left side. And he just keeps saying that my leg is broken, my leg is broken. And then as I'm walking up, I asked him, I was like, what happened? Like, what's going on? And he was like, and like, in retrospect, I realized probably I was really annoying because it's like, he literally couldn't walk. And I keep asking him these clarifying questions. And he's probably just like, just get me out of here. But like, at one point he was just like, they jumped me. And I was like, well, who jumped you? And he was like, Yella. And I was like, why? And like, at this point, he was like, Vanessa, stop asking questions. Like, get me out of here. And I was like, well, okay, stand up. Like, come on, let's go. I'm here now, get in the car. And he was like, I can't, my leg is broken. And I was like, how did they break your leg? And then that's when the one of the security officers who was standing over him said that, honestly, he got what he deserved. He knew what was up. He got what was coming to him.
I gotta stop that right there real quick. So she said his leg was broken.
I
He
thought
said
his
his
hip
leg
was
was
broke.
broken.
I
Huh?
thought his hip was broke.
She just said his leg was broke.
Well, maybe it's what he thought, but it ended up being his hip.
So now he don't know his body
Nigga,
parts.
you gonna know if your leg broke.
So, just like I said with the why his attorney isn't using the I beat him up, me, by myself for evidence. But why is Beasley attorney all the questions that he asked that was leading up to whatever the fuck he was trying to lead up to say about Mo3, he never asked a question about this man speaking on a previous hip injury.
That I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
Am I the only person that has heard that?
this my first time. Yeah, I never heard about. Well, he did say. I remember him or recall him saying his hip was already fucked up
Yeah,
before they even jumped him.
he was
But
he was running from trying to break in somebody's house or some shit, and I tried to jump a fence or some shit like that and
I do
fucked his hip
recall
up.
that. But the way he was running from fucking Yella, it don't look like his hip was fucked up.
It don't look like the nigga hip fucked up now.
Come on, speak it. I ain't never seen a nigga with a cane or a walker.
So
But
if the medical records were doing what they were supposed to do, they would have stated re-injury, previous scarring. You know what I'm saying? Redislocated, whatever the fuck the correct term is. That should have been in the medical records.
that's
But of
true.
course, he
He
done
got a
fucking
doctor. He
Michael
got a
Jackson him a fucking doctor to
yeah.
let him know what, you know what I'm saying, what the game plan is and what the fuck going on. So you gonna give me this propofol or not?
And then we all get paid.
Exactly.
But I'm gonna get more than y'all. I'm gonna get more than you getting. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, shit, I'ma just be honest. I wouldn't give a fuck if you got more than me or not. You mean to tell me I'm finna get a $500,000 just for excluding a little evidence? Like they didn't have to do nothing extra. You get what I'm saying? If
but
even
don't
if even if he really had the fucking hip replacement, like we don't know that. But far as like if they actually did omit that from his medical report, that's just what they did. They just omitted it. You know what I'm saying? You getting over $500,000 for that. That fucking bill was 600 and some $1,000.
13,000.
You know what I'm saying? That's a $500,000. And I'm pretty sure whoever the first doctor was that he explained the situation to, all the referrals and all the other places that he visited after that was in the same realm. You get what I'm saying? Like, okay,
Yeah.
so I know. So now that I know this is what we're doing, okay, I need to send you to the best. Here, you know what I'm saying? Run that bill up. Send you here. Run that bill up. Like they were able to plan it out to keep running that bill up as high as the fuck they can. He probably ain't paid the motherfucking doctors no more than maybe $10,000 or $15,000. But that fucking medical bill, like we both just said, how the fuck do you get charged for future?
A future. A future. How the fuck you get charged for future medical expenses?
You know what I'm saying? You got your charges for your past due medical expenses,
Now
your
hold on. See,
current
Ty,
medical.
What's up?
Huh?
I'm gonna ask this to Ty. How the fuck do you get future medical charges?
Hey, believe it or not, I done seen that happen a couple times because if they fucked around enough, they can somehow, but it don't make sense either. It's a fucking dumb. It's a win lose
But
situation because there's no such thing.
like, yeah, I see. That's what I'm saying. Future medical charges of 300 and something $1,000.
So maybe he's saying time off work, maybe something like that. He's adding up time.
Nah, dude,
That
ask
shit
that.
said future we talking
Yeah,
about his medical record. They showed his medical record and expenses. Well, not his record. They showed his medical expenses from this injury. And it had the actual medical expenses, and then it had over $300,000 in future medical expenses.
Right.
Only thing that I could possibly think of is, okay, we know this person's gonna need rehab for a certain amount of
Mm-hmm.
time. They're gonna have to learn to maybe
walk
walk
again.
again, and things of that nature. But wouldn't all of that be categorized under um like a rehab or physical therapy or some shit
That's
like
why it
that?
says medical expenses. That's
I
that's
understand. I
just answer
understand
your
that. Let,
question. I
let,
just
let me
answered
finish
your
my question,
question. Okay.
bald head.
Fuck you, ho.
I know, that's why you ain't got no hair in the back, bitch. I
It's
know,
good.
like,
It's
if
laying down.
it's relating
Beautiful.
to you are with your ugly ass. But my question is, how much fucking PT or rehab do you need to add up to over
just
$300,000?
just like Q said, one of them doctors done signed off.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Because the future medical expenses
That's
is
5 years.
that shit is
How many?
doubled.
That's about 5 years worth of rehab is what they pretty much saying.
Man,
Gotta be, because that shit is almost double the actual surgery.
Yes.
The actual surgery was like what, 100 and something Q?
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I think that was the only one on there, cause on the highest one for the current, because everything else was like 5,000, 7,000, 3,000, and then you
Right.
get to the surgery portion that was like 100. I think it was like 130 some $1,000 or whatever. So you mean to tell me my future medical expenses are gonna double what the fucking actual surgery costs?
That makes no sense. That's dumb as fuck. So that's where you got the million from. It all added out to be a million, right?
No, that's what he want for himself.
That's not including the shit that you just named.
No,
I'll be damned.
he wants $1 million for himself plus all of his medical bills and shit paid.
Right, smoking dope.
That's why I said, if the doctor, if he got the right doctor, the right Michael Jackson doctor that's gonna give him the profile, as long as the money good.
Shit, he might be on something though.
You
He
know what
might.
I'm saying? Because that's over $500,000.
Yes.
I'm gonna get $1 million, you gonna get $500,000. I need you to make this shit do what it do.
Hey, he might be. He might
but
win.
don't. See, this is the thing. Being that he went to the doctor, the clinic, whatever, where he went, don't the hospital get that? The
No.
doctor don't get that. Do it?
So
No.
so that's what I was just saying. Okay, so like the first two was like the emergency room visit. It's nothing that they can do about that. The doctor that he went to after the emergency room visit, who is probably the doctor that he made the deal with. You know what I'm saying? So this doctor was able to possibly forge whatever that needed to be forged,
Mm,
or send
right,
send him to somebody that's in cahoots with him. You get what I'm saying?
Falsified the
right.
document. Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Because there wasn't a lot of different places. I think it might have been like a total of 3 different places outside of the actual surgery, which maybe that doctor was the one that, quote unquote,
Recommended him, yeah. But he
well,
got to pay that
Or
whatever doctor recommended him to go there. He got to get him some money too.
but this what I'm saying. So if that's just like what I'm trying to say is basically like a woman being pregnant, right? A woman being pregnant, you got your OB that you go to for your entire pregnancy. If you have other issues going on, they might refer you somewhere else, but you still got to come back to your OB, you know what I'm saying, to go over that and the results and everything that went on with that. And then when you go into labor, the doctor that's going to deliver your baby at that hospital is going to be your OB.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a possibility that whoever the surgeon was is his doctor. You get what I'm saying? Like he was
Right.
going to this person's clinic or practice, you know what I'm saying, the whole time, and then this was gonna be the person that was gonna actually perform the surgery.
The surgery. Yeah, I
Right.
see what
Rain
you're
got to
saying.
know the
So
man.
that's where his hundred and some $1,000 come in for playing his part. If and everybody else, you know what I'm saying, gonna get their money. I'm sure he probably got a couple of doctor visit um charges in there too. He could be one of those people. I think one was from like February to August, and then another one was like March to December or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That could be visits to his practice, his office as well. That could be follow up visits for him as well. So he getting that cut, and then if he's the actual surgeon, he's getting that cut too.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I said. The rest of that shit was petty as hell. Like, well, not petty, but it wasn't as high as the 100,000. I didn't see nothing else over 10,000 besides that fucking surgery and the future medical expenses.
Yeah,
Oh fuck.
them the only two that I seen. But three, the future medical expenses and the whole total. You know what I'm saying? All together. Like,
Yeah.
that.
So if that doctor that he was seeing is the actual surgeon, he helped run that motherfucker bill up. And then the other people that he might have had to refer him to, like a PT or whatever, of course they gonna get their little portion, but it's not gonna be as much as them motherfuckers done concocted. So that man might get a cool hundred and I mean yeah, 100. That man might get a cool, let's say $150,000. And the rest, because before the after expenses, the total was only like 200 and some thousand.
Right.
It was 200 and some thousand, maybe like 150,000 of that shit gonna go to the doctor slash surgeon, and then the other entities will get their portion out of the remaining balance. But then that doctor slash surgeon also gonna get a cut of future medical expenses because he's gonna have to keep having follow-ups with this doctor. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Ryan
Here's
want
the
a
thing.
million. Hmm.
They ain't gotta cut them check. They gonna cut Rain all the check.
No, they not.
Nuh-uh. No, they're not.
They
No, they
really not.
not. No,
No.
hell no.
You got to pay your doctors. You got to pay hospital fees, but that's gonna go to the doctor or whoever
All
he
that
got.
shit gonna come out of the settlement.
Yeah,
That's
it's
just
gonna
like if you
because the
have a
lawyer.
car
Yeah,
accident.
the lawyer got to.
The
The lawyer got.
Yeah, if the lawyer gonna be the one to disperse this shit. It's just like if you have a car accident and you go to the hospital and you going to the chiropractor and all that old shit there. All them folks gonna get their money before you.
Mhm.
So
Right.
that's no Rain is not gonna get all of that. That money gonna go to the people that it belongs to. So Rain want a million, and out of that 600 and some thousand of that bill, that fucking surgeon or doctor, whoever he is, 9 times out of 10 gonna get 500,000. He damn near gonna get 500,000. He gonna
Mm,
get a 500,000. Ryan gonna get a million.
mm, mm,
Yeah, that's
mm.
why I think Rain try to up it to 2 million so he can get 1.5 and give them 500,000 and he'll be up. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
And that's why his ass couldn't answer them fucking questions because he didn't know how to answer them questions.
exactly.
You would have to talk to the medical official. I don't know the correct term. I don't know the proper term. I don't recall. You're gonna have to talk to the doctor. You're gonna have to talk to the doctor. Cause he don't know what all this man done concocted in this shit. And that's the only time I would say that bitch probably played smart. That's the
Mm-hmm.
only time I would say he probably played smart. Because if he had to talk too much, he would have fucked up.
Well, I
And that's
mean,
why he kept looking up at the corner of his eye. And that attorney was telling his ass, nope,
yeah, don't answer that. Yeah.
mm-mm.
That's why I wish they'd have had the camera on the attorney as well and everybody in the room. Like, you know
You
what I
see,
mean?
that's crazy because you can see yellow
Yellow,
attorney, and you can see yellow sitting
come
behind his
on now.
attorney,
Come on
but
now.
all you see behind Ryan is a dry erase board.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. I peeped that. I've been peeped that, but I'm like, damn, why his lawyer on the other side of the table You know what I'm saying? And you would think they'll both be sitting right next to each other. You know what I mean? Just like Yella and Dude would.
Yeah, cause at first when the nigga when he said I object the first time, I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Who is that? Where he at? I'm shit. Like you on the opposite side of the motherfucking camera talking about some I object.
Nah, when I first started it, that was the lawyer, but they said drain water, his microphone wasn't working, so they gave him the lawyer shit. You don't remember when I first started it, and that
Yeah.
lawyer was sitting right there with the bald head, and I'm like, this nigga look like he about to kill something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But whoever had they Zoom, they shit was fucked up because the mic was all fucked up. I don't know how they had this shit going. Let's see.
Or either whoever knowing Rain dumbass, Rain probably logged into the Zoom from a fucking phone and the lawyer probably was on the laptop and they just had him to use the lawyer laptop or some shit.
But
Because by them being on Zoom, they didn't actually have a microphone, so to speak.
yeah, because you can
Zoom
link
is
in
just like, you know what I'm saying? It's talking just like we doing right now.
right now. Yeah, yeah, you can go computer to computer or
Yeah.
phone to phone. I do that all the time on music meetings and shit. Like, and that's what I did with my job when I had to do my HR meetings and shit like that. But
Because remember, we could hear Rain, but she said they could barely hear him.
I couldn't really hear him. I heard him a little bit, but long story short, Rain was responsible for all these motherfucker Zooms going out to everybody. See what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody know about hitting up no Zoom, checking out this damn court date. Rain
I mean,
called and texted. Hold on.
even
Listen, listen,
though though,
listen.
Q,
Hold on,
they
hold on.
streamed it though.
Listen, though. Nobody knew about it until Rain hit up everybody yesterday and told them, check it out, it'll be on Zoom. I'm gonna send y'all the link. See what I'm saying?
But if they had a tapped into that Zoom link, they would have known it.
That's how they was watching it. That's how everybody was watching it.
So they wasn't watching it live on where they were streaming it at.
Nah, they was actually hold on. They was actually streaming it from the Zoom that Rainwater sent out.
So Zoom doesn't. I've never started a Zoom meeting. I've only joined Zoom meetings, but the person who created the Zoom, they can't see all of the people that's in the room.
I believe you can, but there's windows you go to see who all's in the room, and I don't think that whoever was running the room was doing that. So you can go to different rooms, like how we in here right now. You could be in a whole different room with just me, you, and somebody else, and then there could be a whole nother room. You know what I'm saying?
But
But
they have to like have it separated. I get what you're saying, but that whole Zoom is still gonna be up under that one link.
that's true.
It's just like this StreamYard link. If you decided to put me and Ty backstage and you talking, but you still know we backstage, or if somebody hit your link right now, you gonna see it's somebody backstage. So it all
Correct.
went to that same link. So even if they were in another room, whoever created that link, whoever was running that link, was supposed to be able to have knowledge of
Of
the people
people,
that were entering. And if this is a court case, then maybe it shouldn't be no more than 5 people with this link. You know what I'm saying?
that's true.
The
The lawyer,
judge,
the
yeah, the
lawyers,
judge, the lawyers, you know what I'm saying, and maybe the plaintiff and the defendant.
that's true.
So if
That's
you
true.
running this link and you starting to see 15, 20, 25, 30, you know what I'm saying, different people, like that's part of the reason why I was trying to see if that lady said Chris Go, because I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
Nah,
damn, are they trying? Are they Are they not seeing the people that's actually in? You have to actually
You
log into
you
this fucking Zoom.
yeah, but you can't actually see them if they're not in the same room with you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, so I can create a Zoom right now and listen to everything y'all got going on in that room without me being in the same room with y'all. See what I'm saying? I can listen to it, and just like if I do a Zoom meeting right now with somebody,
But if you create the Zoom, you're gonna be the only one in that room unless you give that link out.
unless you get a link out, yeah, yeah.
And
But
like Shell said as well, you get a passcode too.
that's true. That's true. You gotta put a passcode in or whatever your phone number, whatever you set your thing up to be, your email or whatever. It's gotta be something like that to get into Zoom. Or they got other ways to do it, but I don't know. I really don't be on Zoom that much unless it's a music meeting
Yeah,
or
I think they knew them. I think they knew it was several people on that damn Zoom, and I think they knew that this was some shit that a lot of people had been waiting on, and I think that they were very much willing to entertain this shit because, like you said in the very beginning, how the fuck she gonna say something about somebody recording when, ma'am, you're the one that's streaming the shit.
Right.
And one of the attorneys said it. One of the attorneys was like, "Well, we're streaming live right now." She was like, "I
see,
know."
like Shell Q said, you have to have access to the information to join the meeting. But I can watch your meeting without being having access to it. You know what I'm saying?
Not
I can
not without the link, you can't.
no, not without the link. But if somebody send me the link, I can watch your access, your what's the name? I don't need a passcode if I don't want to be inside the link. I can still watch it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, let me see. Damn, where my fucking phone go? Because these motherfuckers just hit me up today trying to get me in a Zoom, and I was at work, so I couldn't really do it. Like I get Zoom meetings for music shit all the time. Motherfuckers talking about I got this much money, woo woo. I don't
What
give
I'm
a fuck.
saying, I've attended a many of Zoom meetings. I've never created one on my own, so I don't know how that works. But for instance, on Wednesdays, my auntie she do her Bible study through Zoom, which really is like a prayer meeting.
Prayer
And
meeting.
she'll send me the link and stuff, and I log in, but I don't never say nothing, and I stay on mute the whole time. But every
Right,
time it's over with, she texts me. Well, every time I do show up, she texts me when it's over with, and be like, "Glad you were able to join, Nisi." So that's why I'm like they should be able to see who's like it's not secure if you can't. You get what I'm saying? Like
right.
it's not a secure. It's just not secure if you can't. If you can't
Like,
see
see,
who
I
all
done
in the
been in,
goddamn thing.
I done been in some shit. Like I done been in Zoom, and I was like I'm hearing motherfuckers talking to other people, and I'm like, who the fuck is they talking to? I don't see nobody. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So it'd be like it's crazy. Like then I have to hit something, and it'll take me into a room with these other motherfuckers. Yeah, it's weird.
Now, and you also can do like you and I are doing. So like I can have a link and you can have a link, and we can merge our meetings to the you know what I'm saying, where like your people will come in and my people will come in, and we can
Hmm.
merge our meeting. I know you can do that, but I'm just not understanding how she just had the audacity to actually come out of her mouth talking about this cannot be recorded when, ma'am, you are live streaming it.
Mm.
Exactly.
Mm.
You're the
I
one
don't.
that's live streaming it.
I don't know. It makes no sense. Like why we can't. I mean, all fucking cases are recorded. Even the fucking YSL case is recorded. You know what I'm saying? You can stream that if you watching it. They don't say shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like you at this point, ma'am, you gotta sanction yourself because you are the recorder. You or
Yeah, yeah,
whoever you got running it that platform. You are the recorder.
yeah.
It's not like see at first I thought it was before you played it when you was talking about it. I thought you were saying like Rain had gave people a link and they was in there screen recording the link. I mean,
Nah,
screen recording the case.
they was
That's
just
what I thought
recording
you.
it. They was
They
just
were screen
running it on a
recording.
stream yard. Yeah, they was just running it on a stream yard.
Yeah, so I
So
mean, technically, it's really not gonna be a way for her to pinpoint nobody but herself
right,
because you started it, ma'am. You're the ringleader. You streamed the shit. So whoever screen recorded it or whatever it was, they did it from you. So
right,
you're the initial cause of the whole thing.
right.
There's no way you can sit up there and say, when you find out who, man, it's you. You're the who. Who?
Yeah. So hold on, because I'm trying to see if this. I'm trying to see what happens on this second part because I heard some shit, but I didn't watch it. All I heard was a motherfucker say that she was saying names and shit.
She was saying what?
And then
She was saying people names that was streaming the live or streaming the Zoom.
The judge did on this right here?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get to and see.
Oh, damn. Okay.
and
Oh,
at this
damn.
point, I was like, well, can y'all help me get him in the car? If he can't stand up, like, help me get him in the car then. And they're like, all right, we'll help you. And at the time, I thought the guy with the tactical gear on, I thought he was a police officer. So in my head, I'm like, okay, well, where is he? Like, can you arrest him or whatever? And Brandon told me, like, no, we're not calling the police. Like, we're not call the police. And I should have known something like was really up then because Brandon doesn't typically tell me no. Like if I tell him to do something, he trusts my advice and he'll do it. So for him to tell me no in that situation, there's only one way that would cause him to tell me no, and that is indeed that he was fearing from something. Whatever at this time, I
she
didn't
to
know what it
him?
was. I'm still kind of in shell shock trying to figure out what happened.
I do not know, but she sounds like a family member.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she said she his assistant. I don't know if I can recall. I think that's what
Empire.
yeah. But she
Okay.
sound more like a family member than an assistant. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But she's employed by Empire.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But the only way that he would ever tell me no is if he's in true fear for either his safety or my safety in that situation.
And run me through the process of well, anything else you recall being told to you by anybody over there?
One of the guys was holding his jacket. And he said, here, at the end, he handed it to me and he was like, here, this is his. And then I grabbed it. And then there was another gentleman, he's not pictured in this video, but he came up after the fact and he was saying something, I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said something still along the lines of like, yeah, Yella took care of him, like he got him. And he was saying, and that's when I responded back to him, like, oh, like you feel that you're tough talking to someone who can't even walk. Like, how do you feel comfortable with that? And then he kind of got in my face, basically saying that he was gonna, excuse my language again, he said that he was gonna slap the shit out of me. And keep in mind, I'm thinking that this is a police officer next to me. So I basically told him like, hey, okay, do it. I'll put you in jail if you slap me right now. Like I dare you to. And then that's when Brandon was yelling at me, Vanessa, come on, like, you know,
They got everybody except Scope, gang. They got everybody except us.
Nigga, what?
And run me through the process of what
That
you recall in
Scope
terms of
talking
how
is
Brandon
weird ass.
ended up in the car.
Yeah, but I was like, what the fuck?
I don't
you
remember if it was
talking
2 or
about?
3
He came
guys
out
who
of
picked him
nowhere
up,
with
but
that
like
shit.
basically the security officers picked.
I didn't brief watch this shit. I just found it and just played it.
That's what I'm saying.
But
He just stopped in the middle of her talking to her. Ha ha ha. Look at everybody but Scope guy.
you know that over there hiding a bitch. That nigga done did 3 lines now. You know that nigga hiding a motherfucker.
Man.
Yeah.
Picked him up and they basically like a child put him into the car. He literally was immobile at that point.
First play. Well, we have pictured here in 27 is ultimately what you've recounted here in terms of the conversations that you recall and Brandon ultimately being put into the car.
Yeah, so this guy walking up is the last guy that I was telling you about that got in my face. But at this point, you see me talking like, okay, well, help me get him in the car. Then after I've already asked all those questions, Yeah, so it was 3 of them that they're basically carrying him into the car as if he was a child, maybe, I don't know. And then they set him into the car. And this is when the other guy started telling me, and he was talking to Brandon while they're putting him in the car. And I told him like, hey, do you feel tough talking to?
Let me ask y'all something.
Mm-hmm.
First, real question. Now, a person that whatever's broke on him got lifted up the way they just lifted him up. And I ain't see no yelling shit, and I ain't, you know what I'm saying? Nobody, yeah, I don't know. Just how I just watched them lift him up and put him in the car.
The security officers picked him up and they basically like a child put him into the car. He literally was immobile at that point.
Press play. Well, we have pictured here in 27 is ultimately what you've recounted here in terms of the conversations that you recall and Brandon ultimately being put into the car.
Yeah, so this guy walking up is the last guy that I was telling you about that got in my face. But at this point, you see me talking like, okay, well, help me get him in the car. Then after I've already asked all those questions. Yeah, so it was 3 of them.
Y'all ain't even see that though. Look, watch.
Put into the car.
Yeah, so this guy walking up is the last guy that I was telling you about that got in my face. But at this point, you see me talking like,
so he on his knees right now.
okay, well, help me get him in the car. Then after I've already asked all those questions.
Yeah, go back
Yeah,
a
so
little
it
bit
was
more. I wasn't looking at the screen, my bad.
Yeah, you good.
I'm
maybe,
finishing
I
up
don't
my
know.
hair.
Except scope,
Get
gang.
in the
They got
car now.
everybody
They shoot
except
up the
us.
car.
Damn, nigga, shut up.
Brandon, while they're putting him in the car, and I told him like, Brandon, while they're putting the security officers picked him up and they basically like a child put him into the car. He literally was
He's
immobile
like
at
sitting
that
on the
point.
sidewalk.
Yeah. That's Brandon right there. That's drain
Yeah.
water.
So how's he what she say, immobile? How is he sitting on the fucking sidewalk?
All
He
right,
ain't
now watch him get up
Fine.
though. You gotta put
Well, we
yourself
have
off the
pictured here in
ground.
27 is ultimately what you've recounted here in terms of the conversations that you recall and Brandon ultimately being put into the car.
Yeah, so this guy walking up is the last guy that I was telling you about that got in my face. But at this point, you see me talking like,
He literally rolled over.
Yeah, he crawled up.
okay, well, help me get him in the car. Then after I've already asked all those questions. Yeah, so it was 3 of them that they're basically carrying him into the car as if he was a child, maybe, I don't know. And then they set him into the car. And this is when the other guy started telling me, and
They really didn't
he was
carry him
talking
to
to
the car. They
Brandon
walked
while
him
they're
to the
putting him in the
car.
car. And I told him like, hey, do you feel tough talking to someone who literally cannot walk right now? And then that's when he told me he would slap the crap out of me. And I told him, well, go ahead, do it. Like, I dare you to. And then at this point, that's when security kind of got in between us and was like, hey, no, calm down. Then Brandon's in the background yelling like, Vanessa, get in the car. They're going to shoot up the car. You don't know these people. They're with him. They're with him. And then I say a couple more things to the gentleman because he's still telling me that he would literally slap me. And then I get in the car and eventually you'll see me. I start to speed off.
Okay, so go ahead and press play. So you get him in the car and then you head out.
That's a long ass head out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And is that you leaving the scene?
Yes.
Okay. What's running through your mind at this time?
Well, when he said that they will shoot at my car, all that was running through my mind was I have to at least get out of this area as quickly as possible. I know that if I get on the highway, I have a little bit.
Y'all know who this lady look like? In the face? She like she could be Ken. The hell you mean? Tia.
Yeah, I can see it. I can definitely see it.
Better chance of getting
Somebody
away
said,
than
"Hell, you
staying in
mean?"
that area.
Hell, you know.
Somebody said she look like she could be so
So
kin. The hell, you mean?
I was like, okay, let me just get on the highway as quickly as possible and let me get him to a hospital. So I GPS to the nearest hospital, which at the time, I think it was, I don't know if it's still there, but it was Baylor, Dallas, or it was some Baylor hospital that was maybe like 10, 15 minutes away.
And why did you choose Baylor, Dallas?
I just GPS nearest hospital, to be honest with you. I'm not too familiar with that area of Dallas. I grew up more north in Plano, so that's the area that I feel most comfortable with. But I knew that them.
Oh my God.
Hey, Doughboy. Hey, Doughboy. You got some crack? You got some rock? I'll suck your dick.
Hey, this shit don't make no sense.
It's a whole bunch of motherfucking characters, man.
This shit don't make no sense. So you from Plano, and so to break it down, you from Plano, so he shot up to Plano to go to the hospital. Where you from?
Okay, so she went to the club with him, or she just so happened to be there?
She went to the club with him, but he told her they went to ecstasy. She parked the car, or I don't know. She said she had a chauffeur. I mean, a valet parked the car.
A
She was
valet?
waiting. Yeah, she was waiting on the valet to come back and bring the car. And he said, "Forget it. I just go on ahead and get the car. I'm gonna walk over to V Live, and V Live is a little walk from ecstasy." So he walked over there. When he got over there, he said, out his mouth, he was talking to a lot of people, boom, 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 and they was giving him handshakes, patting him on the back, and all that shit.
Yeah, wanting to take pictures and shit.
Yeah, then he go in the club and he see Yella, and then when he see
And he
Yella
said he
face, he
never
ran.
made it. He never made it in the club. He said the security guard wasn't letting him in the club, and he got on the walkie-talkie and was like, "Rainwater out here," and that's when he looked up and seen Yellow Beezy charging at him. He said he never made it in the club.
I thought he said the DJ said rainwater in the building.
He
Right.
said the security.
Shit, this shit don't make no sense.
Yeah, he
Oh,
said the security got on the little
I'm confused. I
radio
don't
or
know what the
whatever.
fuck going on. I'm confused. The traffic for ecstasy to get in and out is crazy. I don't know how she got to him so quick. A lot of this shit ain't making sense. You know what I mean? It's like we gonna have to watch both videos to put this shit together because this ain't making sense. But I mean, let her finish talking because she's from Plano. Let me go back a little bit.
Yes.
Okay, what's running through your mind at this time?
Well, when he said that they will shoot at my car, all that was running through my mind was I had to at least get out of this area as quickly as possible. I know that if I get on the highway, I have a better chance of getting away than staying in that area. So I was like,
That's a
okay, let me
lot.
just get on the highway as quickly as possible and let me get him to a hospital. So I GPS to the nearest hospital, which at the time, I think it was, I don't know if it's still there, but it was Baylor, Dallas, or it was some Baylor hospital that was maybe like 10, 15 minutes away.
And why did you choose Baylor, Dallas?
I just GPS nearest hospital, to be honest with you. I'm not too familiar with that area of Dallas. I grew up more north in Plano, so that's the area that I feel most comfortable with. But I knew that the way he was screaming and in pain, and keep in mind, he kept telling me his leg is broken, his leg is broken. But in my mind, I'm like, there's no way these guys really broke your bone, or like whatever happened, they didn't break your bone. Like, I still don't know what actually happened. So when he's saying that, I actually really thought he was exaggerating up until the point where we were in the hospital and the doctor actually told us like his bone was fractured. It wasn't to that point where I realized like, oh wow, like, because like in my mind then it's like, okay, if you can fracture a hip bone, you can fracture a skull. Like, what if instead of landing on his hip, he landed on his skull and he started like bleeding out in the middle of the street? Like,
Objection, Your Honor. She's not a medical expert and this is speculative, Your Honor.
Rephrase your question, Mr. Mathias.
sorry.
So, Ms. Ibiweke, so you ultimately arrive at Baylor Dallas, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And can you run me through, first off, what was Brandon's demeanor on the 10 to 15 minute drive over to Baylor Dallas?
The best way I could describe it is very fearful and very like borderline paranoia. He kept saying that there were people following us and that they were going to shoot up my car. They're going to get my license plate. Even if they don't get me today, they might get us another day. To the point where even like, I would say maybe 6 months to a year after the incident took place, I didn't feel comfortable going out in my car. I would basically Uber everywhere. I would ride with other people if we were to go out. And I definitely steered away from this area specifically because of it. But
Okay,
he was, sorry, go ahead.
Just specifically, we'll get to that, but just I'm asking just specifically about those 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, yeah. So the 10, 15 minutes, he was just very scared and in a lot of pain. He kept on screaming like, my leg is broken, my leg is broken, like, and like making noises like get me to the hospital quickly, just get me to the hospital. And he was saying stuff like that. And he was just in a lot of pain and I'm very, very scared, honestly.
Okay. And when you get to Baylor Dallas, explain to me why you ultimately did not end up going to Baylor Dallas.
So when I pulled up to the Baylor Dallas, I started to get out and I opened the door for him to get him out of the car. And he looked up and he saw where we were and he just screamed at me like, no, Vanessa, no, get us out of here. We cannot stay here. And I was like, why? This is the closest hospital. And he was like, Vanessa, we are literally in the middle of their hood. Like, this is where they feel comfortable. They will follow us here and they will finish the job basically. And I was like, okay, all right. So at that point I was like, okay, I can tell that he's not going to be willing to get out of the car at this location. So I just closed the door and I got back in the car. And I basically GPSed us to Plano, where I feel most comfortable. And I felt the safest. So as soon as I got on the highway and I got closer to Plano, I GPSed a hospital near Plano and it ended up taking us to Baylor in Plano.
Run me through how the demeanor, what you recall with Brandon in the back on that ride from Baylor Dallas.
So
You know you done fucked up, right?
no, you don't fucked up, right?
How you from Plano, but you don't know no hospital in Plano?
You know you done fucked up, right? Yeah, I gotta look this shit up too. Fuck. Let's see. Fuck, I typed in the wrong shit. How the fuck you gonna be from a place that you don't know what's something in that, man?
But that's where you felt safest.
So, this is where it's about to come out. Let's see. So Plano, Baylor, Dallas to Plano, Texas. So she drove 21 minutes. They left one hospital, went past Garland, all the way up north. They left Oak Cliff area to drive all the way up to Plano, Texas, way up north.
That's where she felt most safe at.
But guess what though? Guess what's right around the corner from that hole? Frisco. Frisco is like 10 minutes away from that motherfucker. Maybe another 20 minutes. I don't know.
Ty, what's up with your boy Ty?
Ty over there sleep. Ty knocked out.
This goddamn witness. Shit. You talking about they probably knew each other for a while here. They might be related the way they ass can't lie right.
Shit. Strong Survive said security at the door and on walkie-talkie said rain here and yellow ran. Oh, okay. She talking about what we were talking about earlier. But yeah, this fucking witness, I don't know. I don't know if this nigga gonna win this case.
To Baylor Plano.
Yeah, he was still very in a lot of pain and very scared. He kept looking up at the back seat, trying to see if anybody was following us, to the point where when he was lifting himself up to look, he would like wince because he was in pain. But he was very concerned about someone was following us. He kept telling me I needed to drive faster. They could be following us. And a lot of the same thing. Just he was very fearful that they were gonna basically shoot up the car and like both of us would lose our lives that night.
And you arrive at Baylor Plano, and Mr. Rainwater wasn't able to ambulate, correct?
Correct. I had to go inside and grab, I think it was a nurse's aide that was doing like the check-in process, and then she grabbed one of her colleagues to help get him out of the car, and she brought a wheelchair for him.
Okay. And run me through your recollection of what went on at Baylor Plano.
Yeah, so Baylor Plano, we had to wait for a really long time. I just think they probably just don't have a lot of activity that late at night, to be honest with you. But we ended up having to wait a really long time. And during that whole time, Brandon was in so much pain, like so much pain. He kept asking, like, is there at least something that y'all can give me just to let the pain go a little bit? And they were like, no, we have to follow protocol essentially. Finally, when they finally got him admitted into a room, and they said that they were going to give him a scan, basically to see what was going on. And keep in mind, they asked us like what was wrong, and Brandon still is under the impression that his leg is broken. So he said, "I broke my leg." And so first thing they checked was the leg. I think the femur is what they thought it might be. So then when they checked that, they also checked their whole left side because he said his whole left side was hurting. So they checked the whole left side, and they gave him a, I don't know what they gave him in terms of medicine, but they gave him some type of painkiller or something just to subside the pain. Because he even when they were trying to put him in the machine to do the scan, he couldn't sit still because he was in so much pain. So they gave him something just to try to help relax him. Finally, when he comes back out of the scan, we're sitting in the
So he never
sitting in the
said his
hospital
hip
bed.
hurted.
The doctor comes in and he
Nah, he just said his leg hurt.
You would have felt your fucking hip, and you're so adamant about your hip got fucked up when Yola snatched you down to the ground. Did he not say he felt it? You know what I'm saying? So you never had indication about your hip being bothered. You complaining about your leg.
Said that from the beginning. I said, when did your hip? So did the pain just go straight down your leg? You're like, oh shit, my leg broke.
Motion detected at front door ring pin.
I don't know. This witness might have fucked you up, Rain.
he says he kind of tried to say like basically, well, good news is your leg isn't broken. Bad news is that indeed you did dislocate your hip, and there is a fracture on your hip bone. But he used the technical term, and then we were like, well, what does that mean? And he explained to us that it was a fracture on his hip bone. And then he basically said that what they were going to do was, since they cannot perform any type of like hip replacement surgery there, that they were going to at least relocate the hip, so put it back into place. And then he would have to go back to see a specialist to see about further treatment.
You're going back to to the riot over there and Brandon's concern, based on what you understood about Yellow Beezy at that time, did you believe Brandon's concern to be justified related to his life?
To be honest with you, like coming from Plano, I didn't know that he was as dangerous as everyone talked about. Like I thought like, okay, yeah, he's dangerous, but like we're still human beings. Like nobody really intends to hurt people. And like I was very naive to the situation. But like I did hear rumors about him causing certain people's unfortunate passing and being the
Objection,
catalyst.
Your Honor. This is hearsay, Your Honor.
It's effect.
Yellow was pissed
This
off
shit
over there.
pissing your ass off.
That nigga was pissed. Hold on, I gotta see that shit again.
Bro,
Intends
you just
to
gonna let this bitch say
hurt
this
people.
shit?
Like I was very naive to the situation. But like I did hear rumors about him causing certain people's unfortunate passing and being the
Objection,
catalyst.
Your Honor.
That nigga pissed off at his lawyer. Like, nigga, hurry up. Nigga, what the fuck you doing? Nigga, say something, you dumb motherfucker. Hey, whoever Yellow looking at over there, bro. Whoever the fuck Yellow looking at, man. He's like, man, bro, I gotta get a new lawyer today. Hell nah. Sis, you sleep?
Hell no, I'm laughing at your ass.
Hell no.
Nah, I'm talking about.
No, I'm over laughing with you.
No, your ass, ain't you over there knocked out?
No, not at all. Been
We done called your ass 10 times.
because I was doing something.
Yeah, he was sleeping. He was snoring,
Yeah,
catching Z's. That's what you was doing.
My husband just left, so I was doing something, sir.
Oh, okay.
This is hearsay, Your Honor.
Its effect on the witness and it's her understanding. Not
Okay,
that it-
our understanding.
Do I continue or?
Continue.
Okay, sorry. So yeah, I did hear stuff about that, and I think looking back on it, I was very naive to the reality of it because even the way I was arguing with the gentleman who came up to the car, that could have really ended really poorly for me, and I'm so grateful that it didn't, but I didn't realize how serious the situation was in the moment. It wasn't until really I was in the hospital and like I really thought about it where I had to leave the room several times. And to this day, Brandon doesn't even know that when I left the room, even though I was saying I was just grabbing some water, I was really in the hallway crying because I was like, I started shaking at one point. Getting him to the
Nobody care
hospital,
about
my
your
adrenaline
ass,
was rushing so much that I was more in like, okay, protection mode, make sure we get us safe and make sure that he gets taken care of, that I didn't realize how serious danger I was truly in the situation. It wasn't until I got to the hospital that I realized, and it caused me to break down and cry
Break
on two
down
separate
and
occasions.
cry.
Sorry. It caused
She
me to
crying?
cry on two separate occasions because I just kept thinking about.
Oh, she crying.
When did she sneak and put them eye drops in her eyes?
Man, she gonna get an Oscar for this, man. I swear.
Ryan
Gonna get her about 50,000.
If he win. Because it don't look like this nigga gonna win this case. You might lose this one, boss.
I don't know. I think he might win.
Nah, I think this
me
nigga might
too.
lose this.
Too much money.
With
This nigga might lose this.
on camera chasing him down like that.
That's what's up. Yep.
It makes him look like the aggressor.
This nigga might lose this one. Because somebody gonna come up with some information that's gonna fuck up this whole case.
You gonna show Rain jumping around or something.
They gonna play that shit where Rain was talking about my hip was already fucked up.
Right. You're silly.
Oh shit. Rain, you stupid, bro. Let's go.
This nigga on Rain, you stupid, bro. You fucked up.
You fucked up now. He got this weird ass fucking witness, bro. This motherfucker stupid.
And she look like a fucking geek.
She don't look like Tia to you?
A smaller version.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hell you mean?
Nah, she throwing me with this motherfucking turtleneck.
Like a fucking sea shell, a sea turtle. That bitch is hurt.
It's hot as hell in Dallas right now. Yeah, let's go.
My family and his family, like what would have happened if something more serious would have happened to us that night.
And do you recall, if you recall approximately how long you were at the hospital initially?
It felt like hours, but if I really had to guess, maybe like 30 to 45 minutes.
What?
Hold on.
And
wait a minute.
Wait, he
Wait
done
a
got
minute.
X-rays, CAT scan. His
I
hip
ain't
popped back
never,
in place.
ever in my life went to any hospital in America and got in that bitch in 35 minutes and got the fuck up out of it.
Never.
Well, maybe that's because you didn't get your hip popped back in place.
Man, listen, I was cut up. My back was cut up in a bar fight.
You
I
didn't
was
have
in
to
that
get your
motherfucker.
hip popped back in place.
I was, man, my motherfucking back was open. I had razor cuts on my back. My shit was open. I sat in that motherfucker for 2 hours waiting to see a doctor. Bleeding.
Listen. This you didn't have to get your hip popped back in place. Listen to what I'm
That don't
saying.
sound too good.
But listen to what I'm saying. If it's broken or
They can get you in
fractured, how the fuck do they pop it back in place?
in 35 minutes.
You didn't say dislocated, bitch. You said broken. How the fuck do they pop a
How the
broken
fuck
hip
they pop
back
it
in
in
place?
35 minutes anyway?
Man.
No, it's that motherfucking chiropractor. Is that where they went to?
The motherfuckers warmed their hands up. That bitch in place now, sir. Hey, Rain, bro, what the fuck type of case is this, man? This shit is funny as fuck.
This shit is out of line.
She said, I think Yellow will only pay his medical bills. I agree with that. I don't think Rain getting no money. Let's go.
did you end up taking Brandon home early that morning?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And generally, what was Brandon's demeanor after the hospital stay in terms of or condition once you dropped them off at home?
Yeah, he was really down because the doctor had basically said that he may not be ever able to walk again the way he was walking before. And specifically he mentioned that he may not be able to like run. And that really hurt Brandon specifically because at the time his daughter was about to start basketball. And he was really excited about that.
Why asked you that
he
shit?
was really excited to be able to like practice with her, help train her, and also just be there for her through different milestones. So he was really down about that, and he kept asking me questions like what do you think can happen like if I can't walk again or if I can't run, like is it like what can I do? And I was just trying to give him like words of encouragement saying like, no, you're going to be okay. We're going to go see the specialist and they'll figure it out. And at this time, I pleaded with him again to call the police again. And he opened up to me and said that like, no, he can't do that because indeed, when people call the police on people in this industry, there's two things that can happen. Either you can lose your life or you can never work again in the city. And specifically, there's a stigma on people who are labeled as quote unquote snitches. And he said that he can't do that both for the safety of his life, but also his livelihood to be able to provide for his children and the rest of his family.
And as part of your duties and responsibilities with assisting Mr. Rainwater, do you follow kind of Black Dallas hip hop social media?
Yes, I have. I do, and I do have access to both his social media as well as Mo3. So I keep up to date on everything to be able to post different marketing things as well.
Okay. And was the incident that
Oh, would you look at this?
So
Would you look at this shit?
she good Lord. I don't even know what the fuck to say on this case, yo.
I thought it was Mama Nicole. Lime water. I thought it was Mama Nicole.
I gotta hear that.
Lip hip bastard.
I gotta hear that again. Hold on.
Social media as well as Mo3. So I keep up to date on everything to be able to post different
duties and responsibilities with assisting Mr. Rainwater? Do you follow kind of Black Dallas hip hop social media?
Yes, I have. I do, and I do have access to both his social media as well as Mo3. So I keep up to date on.
How the fuck you got access to
Why the fuck y'all CC's went on y'all daddy's business today? Your daddy's business.
This Sco shit. Why you ain't say nothing, Sco, when she said that? You wasn't listening. Well, you must have tooted the line when she said that.
You a fucked up.
Bullshit, yeah. That's some bullshit. How he ain't hear that? See, that's the reason why we the growth sector. We listen. We don't just talk about this shit. We listen to everything. I ain't never listened to this video a day in my life. This is my first time hearing it with everybody.
Me too.
Y'all some sneaky
I didn't even know the motherfucker
bro.
existed.
Some sneaky, snaky motherfuckers, bro. Like, this shit crazy. This shit crazy. Who is this woman? Who is this Tia looking motherfucker? Let's go. That's probably the motherfucker that they seen on the highway. Talking about that was Tia. Tia car. That was that woman car. No, fuck it. Let's go.
On everything to be able to post different marketing things as well.
Okay. And was the incident that occurred on January the 26th, 2020 made public on social media?
It was.
Motion detected at front door.
And how was that?
ringtone.
How was that framed in the social media world?
It was framed in a sense of Yella Beezy finally got a hold of somebody in Mo3's camp. Every posting had a picture of Yella Beezy on one side, Mo3 on the other side, and then it had the video of him saying like, I did it, like I beat him up, me by myself. Like he ran from one, you know.
Okay, so at this point, I'd like to introduce Exhibit 20.
Let's
Your Honor, it's not
motherfucking
in
go.
evidence yet. It is, in essence, the exact same video as 26, except that it's not side by side with the surveillance video. It has also been proven up via admissions 22 through 29. I would ask that Exhibit 20 be admitted into evidence.
Okay, who took this video?
Somebody who was in the D-Live parking lot.
I'm gonna object to this, Your Honor.
I
State
bet
your
you is.
objection.
Yellow back there biting them nails.
Yeah, I need a chance to review this, Your Honor, if I'm not
This nigga
recalling
like,
exactly what video
shit.
this is and if it's been authenticated at all.
Don't fall for it, Judge. Let him play it.
First off, it's been authenticated as being Mr. Conway in his deposition. Second off,
Stop. Mr. Conway did not take that video.
Thank
In
you.
order to produce a video in court, it needs to be authenticated. We need to know who
Where
took
it
the
came from.
video, the date and time.
Right.
And if the video has already been, portion of it produced,
Fat
why do we
motherfucker.
need to see it again?
Big
So
black
where did
I'm
they
only
fat
get
wanting
motherfucker.
to
the
show
where
to
did
the
they get the
jury
video of him
the
chasing him
video
down?
without the surveillance
That came from the cameras on, I guess, the club or whatever.
Mm.
at the side. So it shows what Miss Ibuike saw on the post, which didn't include the surveillance. It was just specifically that video, which has been deemed admitted to be authentic and a true and accurate copy of the recorded video, that it depicts Marquise DeAndre Conway speaking on January 26, 2020, moments after the assault made the basis of the lawsuit, that it accurately and correctly depicts what it purports to depict without alterations or removal of any audio or video, and that it accurately and correctly depicts statements made by Marquise DeAndre Conway moments after the assault made the basis of this lawsuit, and admit that Mr. Conway stated N-word ran from one N-word, I beat him up. Also admitted that the statement N-word ran from one N-word refers to Brandon Rainwater. And also Conway admitted N-word.
Stop. So
Okay.
you're saying that as a result of deemed admissions, this video is already admitted? Is that your basis?
On that basis, on the basis that it's substantively already in evidence, and the third basis is that Mr. Conway has also admitted that that's him in the video.
When did Mr. Conway admit that it was he who was appearing in the video?
In his deposition, Your Honor.
So in the deposition, how was this video marked?
Exhibit 2.
Are they in a recording studio?
That's what it looked like. I was
Are
trying to
you
figure out
close
where
from you, Mr.
Yeah,
Mathias?
it's somebody behind him.
Or not? Are you?
That's what I was trying to figure out, like where they was at. But this is the
That's the
fucking lawyers.
courtroom.
That's the court office, yeah.
I'm
But
talking about Rain attorney. It looked like they in the fucking studio, and then right there, I thought I was seeing shit. I had to zoom in. You can see somebody behind him moving around. Right behind him in that little glass or whatever it is.
Trying to find out how it was marked in the video, in the deposition.
Exhibit 4 to Mr. Exhibit 2 to Mr. Conway's deposition.
Okay. And there was no objection during the deposition to this video?
No, Your Honor.
And help me again understand.
Motion
the
detected
purpose
at
of
front
how
door
this is
ring
going to
cam.
help my jury clarify what they've already seen.
It's showing the 26 basically confirms that it syncs up with the surveillance. Okay. I'm wanting to ask Ms. Ibuike the video that was widely disseminated that she saw, the specific post that she saw.
Okay, so this post wasn't generated by the witness.
Correct. This is post related to the assault on Mr. Rainwater that Ms. Ibuike saw widely distributed on social media.
Man, just let them play the fucking video. Shit.
Yeah, it's also statements of admissions of a party opponent.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and let it in.
Thank you.
What's been identified as Exhibit 26 will be admitted.
26 is already in your Exhibit 20.
Number, Mr. Matthias, please.
Exhibit 20.
Okay, thank you. What's been identified as
Motion
Exhibit
detected
20
at front door
will
ring
be
cam.
admitted.
Hit that cash app. Show a nigga some love, y'all. Hit that cash app, gang. Show a nigga some love. Haters
Shut the
never
fuck
win,
up.
y'all. We back. And we gonna stream you other niggas court dates when y'all gotta go to court. I'm streaming that shit too. Get the lights up.
Is the audio working, Your Honor?
It's not shared. You have to share your screen.
Thank you.
We're on it.
For real.
That's what you do back. All the internet bumping ass shit.
Oh, okay, internet.
Nigga running. Nigga ran for one nigga. Nigga, I beat him up. Push ass nigga. Hey, come on, come on.
I'm leaving, yo. I'm leaving,
Mr. Buwike, have you seen this video before?
I
Yes.
just realized that
And when did you first see
that's
this
who Three
video?
was mocking when he said, "That's what you do, baby."
Oh, I don't remember the specific day that I saw it.
This
but
girl.
I want to say it was
Yeah.
either the day
Yeah.
after the incident or maybe the following day.
And that was shared widely on social media in the context of, as you described earlier, of Yellow Beezy beating up the manager of Mo3.
Yes, specifically, Mo3 was being tagged in it. So that's
I'm
really
objecting, Your Honor, the relevance to this.
I'm going to allow it. Objection overruled.
That boy mad
so
as a motherfucker over there in that corner.
BG pissed off,
He gonna
man.
pull them little ass braids out, man.
That nigga fired. That fucking lawyer fired after this. I'm telling you.
specifically, the way I was really notified about it was through Mo3's Instagram page. I was getting multiple notifications and tags in it, as well as DMs through it. Basically sending the video, the outlet that posted it, sending the video to Mo3. So that's how I became first privy to the video.
Wait,
And
hold up.
Kind of
Say
the
that
wide
again?
dissemination.
She said she was sending it to Mo3?
No, she said that's how she first came across it. People were tagging him and sending it to him in his DM.
Oh, okay.
Of this video, in your opinion, have an effect on Mr. Rainwater?
He was just really, really embarrassed on top of all the other injuries that he had suffered. At that point, it also became so widespread that his daughter even saw it. And his daughter even asked him specifically, like, wait, like what happened? Because at the time he hadn't told her that Yellow Beezy was the reason why he's not able to walk. So now she was old enough at the time, I believe she was about 9 years old. She was old enough to put two and two together and understand, okay, my dad is not walking and it's because of this specific individual. And so for him, it was really embarrassing for him, especially being a father of a young Black girl, to see that her father is being harmed by another young Black man. It was very hurtful for him. And it was also like, you can't really explain that to a child. Like, this person beat me up. Okay, the first thing they're going to ask is why? Honestly, there's no answer for that. No matter what could have possibly transpired, there's no reason to beat someone like a dog in the street and then leave them there to die. Like, there's just no excuse for that. And you can't even try to explain that to your child. So he was really hurt, really embarrassed by it. And even then, at that point, I asked him, like, please, like, let me call the police. Like, he needs to be held accountable. And he still refused, saying like, you don't understand, Vanessa, like I know you come from a different like part of this world, but trust me, I know what can happen if I call the police. And then at that point, I basically said, okay, well, if you're not willing to call the police, at a minimum, he should take care of your medical bills. You heard what the doctor said, and you heard him say that it's going to be a long, long road for you. And like, it's not fair that you are going to be held responsible for that when you're not the one who beat yourself up in the street. That was his actions, and he needs to be held accountable. And not only that, what's going to stop him from doing this to someone else? That could have been me in the street. That could have been your mom. That could have been my brother.
Objection, Your Honor. This is speculative now at this point.
The objection overruled. I think she's explaining the basis for why she gave this advice to Mr. Rainwater. I'll allow. Please continue.
Yeah. So specifically, I was trying to get him to understand how serious this is and why it's important to hold him accountable for what he did, because even if he refuses to call the police, at a minimum, there needs to be something done to leave.
So basically, she's the reason why this case has popped off.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be no case if she wouldn't
Coaching him.
Yeah.
He's try to inhibit him from doing this to someone else in the future, or even coming back and do it to him again.
And can you run us through, just from your perspective and your interaction with Mr. Rainwater, kind of the from the initial date of the assault ultimately till the time of surgery, just what was it like? How did Mr. Rainwater's life change from your perspective and what you saw?
Yes. So from my perspective, well, first off, he couldn't travel at all. Anytime he sat for longer than 5-10 minutes, he would be in pain. So that means any type of flight, any type of car ride was not possible. And I know this specifically because I was the one who was booking all of his travel arrangements. Outside of that, he also wasn't able to go to different shows that they were having. And keep in mind, at this time, Mo3 and Yella Beezy were two of the most booked artists in Dallas at the time. And when I say that they were traveling, there was never a time where a weekend where they weren't on the road. And it was a good 6 to 8 months where he could not travel at all. Even if it was down the street from Dallas to Garland, he could not make that trip. So it affected him really severely in that sense. But for me, the biggest impact that I think I saw was his daughter had her first basketball game, and she scored her first points in that game, and he was not in attendance. And I saw the look on his face when she came home, and she was like excited to tell her dad about her first basket, her first bucket, and like what happened. And like, while he was excited for her, you could tell as soon as she left and went to go into another room, he immediately asked his mom, like, did y'all get a video of it or anything? And unfortunately they didn't. And those are like precious moments that you can't get back. Like, children grow so fast that as a parent, you want to be there for all of those milestones. And there's no dollar amount that can replace those moments that he missed with his daughter because of this. And I saw that firsthand. Like, I saw tears coming out his eyes when he realized that he wasn't going to be able to attend the basketball game. And then whenever his daughter came back and said that to him, it was like you put the knife in the wound and you turn it. Like, it was so hurtful for him. And I don't think I've ever seen Brandon that level of depression ever in my life, like ever.
And in terms of the day-to-day, did you see can you run us through kind of the progression in terms of what kind of limited mobility and ability to do certain things Brandon had prior to surgery and where he was ultimately before the decision was made to perform surgery?
Yes. So immediately coming home, they gave him crutches. So he was on crutches for a little bit, and he was constantly complaining about how painful it was on his underarms. And then eventually, as he was going to physical therapy, they gave him like one of those walkers that like old people used to help them get around. They gave him one of those, and I just remember him thinking, like, I can't go out in public like this. Like people are already gonna be wondering what's wrong with me. Why can't I walk? And now I'm going around with a walker that my grandpa doesn't even use. Like, he wasn't able to walk without that. Eventually, as he was doing the physical therapy, He really wanted to get off of the walker to the point where his grandpa actually gave him one of his canes that he had, and he was using that for a little bit, but he wasn't.
Let me ask you a question, sis.
What up, Doc?
All right. She said something that got me to thinking, right?
Mhm.
She said he couldn't be on a plane long. He couldn't be in the car long because his hip, right?
Mm-hmm.
How long does it take to drive from Memphis to Dallas?
From Memphis?
Yes.
I think it's 8.
8 hours.
Yeah, I think it's 8 or 9.
So so if he couldn't be on a plane, or he could be in a and and
I didn't
and the
know he was here
motherfucker
with him. Was he here with him?
in Memphis on February 8th, 2020.
Yeah,
Yeah, at Minglewood Hall.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know he was with him.
Yeah, because they was on a tour, and the last show that he did was July. Well, I don't know why it ain't showing. I don't show the November. It shows the Austin November, but it don't show. So that wasn't his show in Indianapolis. That was Boosie's show. That's why his name ain't on here. But he had a show. They came out here in Phoenix to the press room July 31st, 2020. Yeah.
Shut up. Take your way back to work.
Who
So if
that?
she's saying, oh boy, if she's saying that he could barely even ride in the car up the street, whether it was plane, train, or automobile, how the fuck did you manage an hour or more getting to Memphis?
Hmm. Right.
And I just said an hour, being generous, because I think the flight is longer than that.
Because I'm actually up here looking at three shows that he had that I guess he did or he didn't do in 2020. And most of the shows, I guess he did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if he ever missed one,
Mm-hmm.
but it don't say that he. I mean, I know he made the one in Memphis, February 8th, 2020.
Why you
Shit, that's
think that? Actually, we was about to end it, and Ty motherfucking ass told me, some, no, go on, run it. And she done sat up here and fell asleep on us.
Keep saying I'm asleep. Bitch, I ain't asleep. I told you what the fuck I was doing. How?
See, that help for know when to say something. Bean head ass. Oh boy, talking about some this mean no live tomorrow.
nah. We going live
We gonna
tomorrow.
be live tomorrow.
Nah, just the other day. You know, sometimes a nigga be tired and you feel. Got to get that sleep in, but we about to get off here though, cause it's 11:29 her time, 9:29 mine. And I gotta be up at 4.
But
Uh,
look, we love y'all. We love coming here every night and talking to y'all. And but just like we love our children and our parents and our significant others, we get tired of y'all ass too. We gotta have a life too. Oh boy. No, I'm just fucking with you, but yeah, it was crazy because that day right there, both of us was exhausted and both of us had some other shit going on too.
straight up. I know I came in, hopped in the shower, and laid down. It was over. It was over. But yeah, we definitely going live. We're going live tomorrow. We're going live Saturday because we're gonna do a recap because I ain't get to recap that one shit. But I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to recap because my motherfucking Windows computer power button ain't even coming on. I don't know what the fuck going on with that computer. Same good and new. But I don't know what to say about this woman. She just keep talking. I think
All
she
I can
putting
say
her
about it is she well rehearsed.
she putting her foot in her mouth though, because it's like if they really want to be technical on this shit, all they gotta do is go back and look at shit. See
That's
what I'm
why
saying?
the attorney kept on asking him about social media and shit. But I don't think it'll necessarily work because he was aiming more towards Mo 3. And like the judge said, your questions are pertaining to a person that's not even involved in this case and not even alive. So,
That's true.
I think his lawyer was trying to get to the point that, 3 was antagonizing him online, or he and 3 was going back and forth or whatever. But 3 not the one, you know what I'm saying, that he ran down on. It was rainwater. So unless you got type of proof that rainwater was going back and forth on social media, antagonizing the situation, that outlet probably not gonna work. And it's probably not gonna work either way it go because judges are real big on uh, just because somebody say something or post something, they don't give you the right to do to do anything to them. So if he wasn't threatening, that's why I feel like he gonna win. If he wasn't threatening his well being or his personal space in the moment this situation happened, he was in the wrong. And then it's just like shooting a motherfucker in the back. If they running away, you can't shoot them.
Ain't sure. Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? At that moment when he ran away, you chased him down. And then you also got an omission of guilt. And any of them niggas, I beat all their ass. Me, I beat them up. That's an admission of guilt.
Now
And
let me ask another question though. Before you finish though, what you about to say? All right. What was his reason for wanting to go to fucking V Live?
I have no idea.
Because if EJ is in the building, that's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna be on the radio. If
I
Earl
mean,
Spence Jr. is in the building, that's gonna be on the radio, especially if Yellow Beezy and Earl Spence Jr. together.
I get what you're saying, but in the eyes of the law,
I mean, I know that,
that
yeah,
doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying, he isn't allowed to be there.
yeah. Oh no. Well, I know I ain't about to listen to this black Tia looking motherfucker no
And
more. But
and like the lawyer said, like it really shouldn't have even been no objection in playing that video because Ryan Water lawyer just said not Mo 3, Yellow Beezy admitted to the shit in the deposition. He
yeah,
admitted that was him. He admitted that he said that.
yeah, he did. One motherfucker, and I beat him up. Yeah, but you ain't the only person that beat him up. Yellow Bees. It was
Yeah.
2 to 3 of y'all. Y'all
That
beat
me
him up.
by myself was cap as fuck, my guy.
Yeah, y'all, yeah. I'm up.
Me, I beat him up. Me, by myself. That's right. That's what you do, baby.
That's crazy. But yeah, I want to listen to. Oh, I'm going ahead and finish her off. Let me go.
Even really able to run for the first, I would say really he probably would say that he was able to run a little bit after the surgery, but I saw him run. He was not able to. Like it was bad. He yeah, it was to the point where he really didn't want to have the surgery. And the doctor basically told him, like, if you don't have the surgery, then
Wait, hold on. So let me ask you another question. So if he couldn't run and he couldn't do nothing, when did he have a fight with Certez at the zoo?
That was after 3 pass.
When?
Um, I want to say it was within the first month of threes pass, and I want to say I'm not sure though.
Because let me see. Because she's saying,
But
I don't
she's
know.
speaking to the fact of like right after he had the surgery though.
Okay, but that's still he had the surgery in August, right? September, October, November. That's still 3 months. I don't know. I guess.
There's no chance of you ever being able to run again. And so he opted to do it. I remember the morning of the surgery, he was very scared. He was worried about like what was going to happen, and even if it was even going to make a difference whether or not he had the surgery, because the doctor had mentioned that although they would do the surgery now, he's probably going to have a follow-up surgery, anywhere from 5 years to maybe 15 years down the road.
And can you give?
Is that the future medical bill?
More than likely. More than likely, because that's basically what I was saying. Like, he was gonna need continued follow-up appointments and shit.
Right. All right.
Give us kind of ideas. So the surgery ultimately happens in September. Just kind of give us an idea of what you saw in terms of changes with
Wait,
and
hold up.
surgery.
So did the surgery happen in September or October? I mean, or August?
I don't know.
So that further lets me, okay, then if the surgery was in September and he had a fight with Certez in November, you know, oh, this shit makes sense.
Was it looked like it might have been April 2021.
That was April 2021?
It's looking like it.
Or was that when the video was posted?
I mean, yeah, what do you say? Ryan Water gets into brawl at zoo with Certez, Mo3 ex-best friend. That boy played so hard on that jump. He wasn't doing no running though.
Oh, he wasn't?
No. He just walking up behind him like he about to bump his knuckles together. Do something, pussy ass nigga. Do something, pussy ass nigga.
Play this so we can end this
He says April 2021.
Yeah, I did see him determined to try and get back to normal in terms of he was very consistent. He always went to every physical therapy appointment. He still struggled with riding in long car rides. And even till this day, if I book a flight for him, if it's longer than an hour, I have to make sure it has extra leg room. And even then, he still has to get sometimes a wheelchair. If it's basically, I would say anything past 2 hours, a wheelchair has to assist him when he lands. He's okay getting on the plane, but once he lands, a wheelchair does I need to come and assist him. And so typically when I book the flight, I have to then also go through the like handicap protocol in terms of making sure that there is a wheelchair available for him once he lands. And then it's really unfortunate if he flies to a place late at night and they don't have the personnel to be able to support with that. Because typically if you don't use the wheelchair on the way there, they don't account for it when you're leaving. So we learned that early on. Whenever he would take a flight longer than 2 hours and he didn't take the wheelchair there and he got there late, he didn't have a wheelchair to get back, and literally strangers would basically have to help him off the plane.
And ultimately, how is this incident that occurred January 26, 2020 impacted Mr. Rainwater as a person?
It's honestly, this has been the biggest change in his life, to be honest with you. Even with him having 5 children, this has been the biggest change in his life. Specifically, before this incident, he was always a very upbeat person. He was always looking for the good in people. Now he kind of has to look over his shoulder everywhere he goes, in fear that somebody is going to either attack him like the way he was attacked that day, or even worse. He also has to have security. Now, before this event, Brandon never had security. There was never a time he would go anywhere with security. Mo 3 would have security, and some.
Wait. I thought he said he don't have security on the other video. Maybe I'm tripping.
No, he said he have to, like, he's scared for his life, so now he has to hire security when he goes somewhere.
All right.
His other artists would have security, but Brandon would
Smash the like button, James. Hit the cash app.
he doesn't like to be around a lot of guys.
This loud ass nigga
He
be coming out of
considers himself
nowhere.
a ladies' man. Like if anybody's with him,
Jump like a motherfucker.
it's not going to
Thought
be
somebody was
security,
behind
it's not going to be other men.
I'm sorry.
That's the way
I'm
he
sorry,
prefers to
oh
travel.
boy. Your
Now,
megaphone
anytime
ain't
he
got
goes
shit
somewhere,
on this
he needs to
nigga.
have some type of security with him just in case he runs into anybody
jump
who
like a
means to do
motherfucker,
harm
bro.
to him.
The fuck?
Sibuike, I believe those are all the questions I have for you. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Valles, Cross.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Vanessa, a couple of questions, please. You said that you were with Mr. Rainwater at Ecstasy, correct? Before he went to Be Live?
Correct.
Okay. He walked and you drove?
Correct.
What was the time gap difference between of when he took off and then you said that you drove off with the vehicle?
I'm going to be honest with you. That was so long ago. I don't want to say a time that isn't accurate. It was more than 5 years ago, so I can't really pinpoint the exact time. I can say that I can tell you what I did in between the time that I left him and the time that I arrived when I picked him up, and that's I took the ticket.
Wait. It was more than 5 years ago?
You said it was 5 years ago.
Yeah, it is 2024, right?
Mm-hmm.
The situation happened in 2020, right?
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck is it more than 5 years ago?
Because they don't know how to count.
Okay.
They count like this: 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. That's, if you count it like that, that's 5 years. But you literally supposed to count 20 to 21, 21 to 22, 22 to 23, 23 to 24.
Right. Especially if it happened in January anyway. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Ticket to valet. It did take a little bit for them to get my car pulled around. I pulled out and then I came out on the street on the frontage road. I drove down, made a U-turn, came to the light, and then you saw the video where I pulled up. Those are the steps that I took, but I can't put a time frame on it, unfortunately, for you.
Okay. But you did
So
not
how
see
did
any
she
of the
know
events
that
that
was
took
him
place
getting
at
beat
all
up?
involving the altercation?
Remember, they said Rain fucked up. He just got beat up, I guess. I don't.
Did you?
I think we all did in the video that was
But
played
no,
earlier.
as far as an eyewitness being there.
Okay, sorry, I misunderstood your question.
Yes,
Yes, no, I was not an eyewitness to the actual attack.
Okay, and you were not a witness to any of the events that took place leading up to that, correct?
Correct, I was not a witness to that.
Okay, and you were not present or a witness to anything that took place of when Mr. Rainwater walked up to the building or was standing there at the building, correct?
No.
Okay. Did you see anybody following you after that? When you go to the hospital?
Yeah, so when I first pulled out of V Live, I did see a car that looked like it was following us, but I was able to lose them. It was like kind of like an SUV looking car. It was a dark color. I couldn't tell you. I'm not really good with cars, to be honest with you. But I was able to lose them on the highway.
Okay, but past that, there was no other threats that you knew of?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Redirect.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you for coming in to testify today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sign off. What about your next witness?
Sorry, do I log out or something? What do I do?
Look at the
Okay.
bottom right hand side of your screen. It should say leave meeting.
Okay, I got it.
Great. Thank you very much.
Concurrent.
Who's the next witness?
Shit, if I know.
Trying to see if we can take our next witness or if this is the time to break for lunch, but
It should be approximately 45 minutes. It's deposition. It's video deposition, Your Honor.
I think then we might have to stop maybe by one and take a break, but let's go ahead and get started because lunch
Okay.
is, okay.
Plaintiff calls Dr. John Merritt by video deposition.
Fuck is Dr. John? Oh, that's the doctor.
You raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
Your Honor, just verifying you can hear the.
We're here for the procedure. We're here for the procedure. Dr. Merritt, can you please state your full name for the record?
It's John, John, Lawrence, Lawrence, Merritt, Merritt, 2 R's and 2 T's.
That motherfucker look like he drunk as hell.
That nigga look like
Your Honor,
he
can
on
everybody
some of
hear?
that dope.
Oh, I hear something in the background. I think that's your other attorney. Yeah, we can hear the
Okay.
doc.
Okay, perfect. Just want to make sure.
And Dr. Merritt, where did you attend medical school?
You, Rick?
Where did you attend medical school?
Attended medical school at the Medical College of South Carolina in Charleston, South Carolina.
And where did you do your residency?
After medical school, I moved to the other USC out in Southern California, where I did an internship and a residency at Huntington Memorial Hospital, which is part of the University of Southern California system. I did that in internal medicine. After finishing internal medicine training, I moved north to the Mayo Clinic in Minnesota, where I did another residency in physical medicine and rehabilitation.
And where are you licensed to practice medicine?
Currently in Florida.
And how long have you been practicing?
I've been practicing medicine since nearly 50 years. Finished medical school in 71. So after residencies, I had 5 years of residency. That would put me in 1974, so it'd be 49 years of practicing medicine.
And do you have any board certifications?
Yes, sir. I'm board certified in internal medicine. I'm board certified in physical medicine rehabilitation, and also board certified in brain injury medicine and board certified in spinal cord injury medicine.
And in reviewing your CV, it lists that you're a senior disability.
All right, yeah, we're gonna have to get off of this dude. I'm tired of seeing this nigga. That nigga done got a lick to do his motherfucking surgery and shit. This shit crazy. But it's a wild ass case. Some crazy ass shit.
There's definitely some shit going on in that motherfucker.
He is definitely a senior citizen for sure. You ain't lying about that shit. Yeah, you definitely somebody senior citizen. If that's the doctor, I don't know what he was doing in 4 years ago. But now he fucked up. I see why he trying to get 600 back. Yeah, he fucked up. But shit, so we gonna go and tap out of here, man. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy BJQ513 signing out one time. I'll let my sister in this bitch. Let go.
Yes. What up, though? Thank y'all for coming out, tuning in tonight. We'll be back again with another one tomorrow. It's your girl, lovely Angela, the biggest. Thank you for coming out. God bless you. Good night.
See y'all tomorrow.